Yee, yee, yee. Hello, hello. I know there is a ton of people who've been watching the rewinds, which I'm shocked about, and I'm very happy for and very thankful. If that is you watching not live on the rewind, type in hashtag future. Tell me where you're from. It's crazy, dude. I had no idea this many people would be watching like the rewind. That's what we're gonna call it, the rewind, like after the fact. Like, dude, it's like sometimes 1,000 plus people watch when we're not live. Like that to me is mind blowing. There's arguably more people watch than when we're actually live. Crazy to think about because generally when you go live on a live stream, it dies. That's what I'm used to. Not just necessarily on this channel, just kind of on YouTube in general. But wow, the opposite is has definitely been true 100%. So I'm very thankful for everybody. Great, great, awesome times, man. Awesome times ahead. So thank you, everybody who's watching in the future. And of course, the people that are live and everything. I did pin the store to the top there. We got some big orders recently, man. We put some white flare on there, Black Bolt products. I think the only thing we have left is I put in hashtag present. That's funny, actually. That's actually funny. I've never seen somebody do that. The only thing Black Bolt white flare we have left now is like Unova, like the 5-pack. I think it's 5-pack. Is it 4-pack? Might be 4-pack. I don't remember. You'd have to look, but yeah. Coming from Profit. Yo, shout out to my boy Profit. I was trying to wait. I really like to stream at like 7 p.m. Eastern. But like I said, I noticed he was live, so I was like, all right, let me not cut him, try to like split the viewers or anything. I don't want to do that to him. That's the homie right there. Yeah, appreciate y'all. What's up, everybody? How are we doing? So, what is the talk of the town today, ladies and gentlemen? There's a lot to talk about. I really wanted to go live because hey, I wasn't doing much. I packed all the orders or prepared all the orders, I should say. I think I still have one to actually pack, but that's fine. I just prepared it and it was a good one. Like I said, it was Black Bolt, White Flare, 2 Mega Dream, and what's the Pokemon Center that's been rallying lately? What is it? Stellar Crown. That's the one that's been making moves lately. So yeah, getting a lot of orders. I'm almost sold out on Stellar Crown. I think it made a really big move, actually. We can take a look at it. The talk of the town today is Rudy, of course. Came out with the video here. The collapse of Phantasmal Flames down to $400. I thought this was a really interesting one. If you haven't checked it out from Rudy, I thought it was pretty interesting. Obviously, it's clickbait, right? Like, of course, everybody clickbaits to get the views and stuff. I get it. We picking up POR, Pokemon Center, on the low. Perfect order. What is perfect order at? Perfect order Pokemon Center. ETB Pokemon Center. Let's see. Oh, CMAO. Yes, I'm live right now. Oh, are you in my new Discord? Let me see. Let's see. 130. Wow. Now here's the thing. Oh man, this is tough because like, yes, we've seen all the Pokemon centers go crazy, but you know what Pokemon centers you don't see crazy? Oh my Lord. It's Journey Together. It's the Twilights. I mean, like, I don't even know what Journey Together still is. The unpopular set ones don't really run that fast. Twilight, Masquerade, ETB, Pokemon Center. Let's see if these have made a run. Oh, it started to make a run. Oh, wow. 180. The market's so hot. Maybe I should just take it back. I should just stop speaking. If you don't check the market daily, market just leaves you, huh? Oh, my Lord. When did this go to 170 something? Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, 175. I know the booster box for Journey Together has been rallying slowly and silently. Let's see real quick. God, dude, seriously. If you don't check every day, like you can say something and it just doesn't mean anything. So, wow, crazy. I don't know what else to say. Man. If you don't check every day, you're always wrong. That's basically what happens here. Catch him spitting facts on his latest video about perfect order. So I did watch that today. What's up, Angry? Are you in a non's Discord, Angry? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, definitely Dan's a good dude. He knows a lot more than I do. That being said, perfect order's holding, man. Perfect order. And this is why I haven't like sold off my booster boxes for cheap. I really think that we're going to make 215 per box. I just don't see a way that I don't. And I do have 5 sealed cases of these. Nobody so far has been interested. But we're really at that point right now. Look at this. We're basically 210 right now. Last sold 204. And I think last sold 204 there's a tear, so that doesn't even count. Yeah, last sold's 210, man. Like these are selling pretty solid for 210 right now. So I think me asking 215 is super fair. Especially considering I don't have fees, I don't have tax. I do have shipping, but yeah, I just don't want to sell them off because like once people keep racing to the bottom like they are, fire selling them, you got to think too. People have distro, right? So they're getting them for what? $100 a box or something, 130. I don't know. It depends, right? $90. I don't know. Once those sell off and those people turn their profit, it's only people like me left, at that $215 range. So that's why I haven't fire sold. I'm not too worried about it. It's still a booster box. We're still in a crazy bull run. And, like I said, me selling them at 215 loose or 220 for a sealed case. Like, come on, bro. I think we'll do just fine. I get it. Everybody hates them. Everybody's talking bad about them. I don't think it's a great product myself, but hey, I think we'll be okay. I really do. I think we'll recover a little bit and we'll see. Go DJ. That's my question. Who sings that song? Lil Wayne. Catch 'em speaking. Yeah, Catch 'em is just selling them and move on to the next thing. I get it. 100%. No, I think Anon makes up stuff. Oh. Angry TCG. You ever have anything positive to say, my friend? We're getting in waves. Second wave is coming in a few weeks. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot my on. Keep them busy, Angry. Tell them all your hatred and misery. Keep the people busy. All right, I'm back. It took me a second. My bad. My bad, chat. Let me ask you not Angry. Who do you like? Who do you like watching? You guys left me for the chair, huh? All right, guys. If you, as always, as we're getting people come in, we already got. I don't know how I just stuttered there. We got 50 viewers in 7 minutes. That's freaking awesome, man. Make sure you guys join the Discord. It is going to be the final Discord. I did create a new Discord username, and we're gonna make this one work. So before I was still under the name, the old channel that I had for like the last 5 years, DJ Minds, the YouTube before this. But I finally got a little bot in there that hopefully should help with scammers and stuff. I would not, look, I'm not going to message you guys in Discord ever. First, probably, but I'm definitely never, ever going to try to get money off you or ask you. If it sounds suspicious, it's probably a scammer pretending to be me. So just fair warning out there. We'll never ask you for money or anything. Be careful. Without putting a paywall behind the Discord, which eventually I probably will do for like literally $1 or something. I'll figure out what we're going to do long term with that. But be careful with that. It is a free Discord. So with free comes a lot of scams, a lot of bad people. So just be warned. Link in the description below if you want to join the free Discord for now anyways. DJ is now my DJ too. I like you. I like Rudy. I like Ketchum. Oh, that's good. Dude, I don't even deserve to be in the conversation with those two. Holy shit. Rudy and Ketchum all? Oh, dude, I am not worthy. I am a bum. I'm just a noob. People are not hypocrites. Oh, I don't know if I'm a hypocrite. I could be. Anon is our best link directly to Discord, whether you like him or not. I love Anon. I don't know about best link directly to Discord. I'm not sure what that means. Directly to Discord? Like what benefit would you get from the Discord platform? I don't understand. Not his Discord, but like Discord in general. Maybe I'm misreading that. Yo, what up, Curry? 22 in chat if you guys are in the free Discord. Picked up 2 Ascended Hero 10 displays at Dollar General for $100. Wow. How many come in that? Like 8? Wow. Dude, I wish I could go to these stores and every now and then pick up some Pokemon for MSRP, because all the MSRP I rip with the kids, honestly, I'm buying for like 80%, sometimes 85%. So it hurts, bro. It hurts. Like today we celebrated the kid's birthday. Today's not his birthday, but we couldn't get everything that we needed, like the presents come in from the grandparents, or I don't remember, some detail. So we opened it. I gave him a 10 pack. So, the ones that I like really believe in, the Lucario one with the promo. So that was 10 packs, 5 pack. I gave him the 5 packer. which is the pin collection. So we had 15 packs of those. He's like, I'm going to get a God pack. And I'm just like, oh, buddy, please keep the expectations low. I gave him a 151 tin. He actually did get a full art for that. Erica's invitation, I think it is. And I think he might have got something else small in there. I don't remember. Then he opened up a 3-pack of Perfect Order, and he didn't get much, man. He was really sad. And I was like, I'm so sorry, bro. I wish all the kids could get God packs or like some big hit. So he opened up like a lot of money today of Pokemon. He didn't get anything like valuable. So I felt bad. Oh, distro, not Discord. Okay, no, you're good, bro. Shout out to Oil. I got a DM and asked me for feet pics. Yeah, that's me, buddy. I want your dirty, filthy feet pics. Oh, we should be buying a very small amount of, well, not very, a small amount of Ascended Heroes tomorrow. It's going to be 3 cases of the Ascended Heroes tins. 2 of them are sealed and 1 open. So I'm going to do my best to put the 2 sealed cases on the store. And then hopefully somebody wants to buy a sealed case of Ascended Heroes tins. And then the open ones, I'll, maybe we'll see there. Definitely the sealed cases will have a premium, of course, right? It's a sealed case, blah, blah, blah. People love that shit over the long term. And ultimately, it's just so easy to store. It's really convenient and nice. But there will be a cheaper option if you just want to buy the loose ones. So I'm getting those close to $20 a tin. Market's 24. So just full disclosure on that. It's not, the difference between 85% and like 90 is like $1. There's very little margin on something that's that small. So, I'll put them up for like 23 or something. I'll make $2 a tin or whatever it is after fees and stuff. So if you guys are interested, cool. I'll see on the sealed case. I have no idea what they're going for. Probably knock a couple bucks off market. But again, I'm basically paying $20 a tin. So can't knock too much off, right? But it'll be interesting. It'll be cool. I love having Ascended Heroes on the store. And I love selling you guys sealed cases. We did sell that open case today of the Lucario. So I'm really excited about that. You guys don't talk about the 10-pack that's been on the store for like 4 days? That sold today. So very excited about that. Let's see what we got in stock left. I haven't even looked. We still got 151. Nobody wants it. They will. People will buy this when this goes to $200. You will see. They will be fighting over this price of 180. I've sold 1, I think, so far, potentially 2. When this goes to 190, 200, I'm going to raise my price and everybody's going to buy it. You'll see. Same thing. Yep, this case just sold today. Yeah, really excited about that. So I need to take that off the store. What else? We got these lunchbox things. Nobody wants them. I think there's like 5 packs in here, right? Yeah, you got Destin. It's either 4 or 5. I thought it was 5, though. I'm not sure. Do your research on this. Let's see. 6 packs. Oh, shit. 6 packs. So you get 2 Destin, 2 Journey, 2 Mega Base. Okay. We got those. We got 2 Battle Styles left. Got some Brilliant Stars. I still have this B grade, or what I would consider B grade Destin Rivals. It's decent looking. There are 2 issues. This little corner here. I don't know. Little damage there. And then that corner right there. Yeah, you can see just bent up, right? And then that one's bent up. I want to say that was the only issue with these Destin Rivals. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that might be a different angle. Yeah, just a little corner damage. No, it's beat up. I priced it accordingly. So that's what we got. We got a couple other things, Journey Together and some other stuff, but I think that's the only newish product that we have there. So really excited about that, man. Are you going to get into Lorcana? I just sold my Lorcana, actually. I did really well with Lorcana. So I'm not a Lorcana guy. I have no interest in it. But TRJ talked about it many months ago about Fabled and how they had this, I think, $2,000 chase, like a Minnie or Mickey. I don't remember. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to buy 2 booster boxes. I bought one for 130 and one for 140. And I just sold those for 250, not even realizing the market was 290 or 280 on those. Shit, it might be 300. I know I sold them way under market. That's beat up. I sell it as near mint. Yes, everybody would sell that for full price. That's the difference between me and other stores. So other stores, including TCG or Safari Zone or any of these other retailers, they're not going to discount the way I discount your ETB. You have to understand that. My store is very unique. Now, I will say Brian from Pokey&E, he has now started a B grade store or section, which I think is very cool. But most people are not going to discount for what you just saw. There's two corners at all. It's going to be full market, and that's what you're going to get. I like to be a little more transparent. I like to take photos if it's something like that. Now, if it's, half of that little corner bend, there's no reason to talk about it. But I do my best to do decent business. I don't have it perfect, but yeah, I discounted it like 20, $30, I think it is, for those two bends. Hey, maybe somebody will want it. You know what I mean? But I would hate for somebody to think it's a minty box, and then get that and be upset. If you see the photos and you still like it, that's great. There's plenty of people who are going to see those photos and think it's a great box. And, but I like to be transparent. You know what I mean? Oh, we just made a sale. What'd somebody buy? Oh, well, thank you, Charles. I won't say your last name. Well, thank you very much if that was you. Yeah, you just bought a 3-pack of Ascended Heroes. Nice, bro. The ghastly one. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Another live stream. Damn, DJ always on the grind. Man, I was going to go live at 7, but I saw Pokey Prophet was live, so I don't want to undercut him. He's a very good dude, very great streamer, and I love his streams. So my first partner case came in today. Everything was perfect. Was that the case that I sold you? Bro, I think you're up big on that, aren't you? Man, I the first partner, I think I sold those way too cheap. Not even just the case. I think even the singles or the 3-pack, I think I sold those for $40. $40 to people. Holy shit. What a great deal. That was crazy. Because the market was like 55 at the time or 50. And I was like, these are going to come down. Yeah, I'm shocked. But hey, people want those things, man. Those are very valuable. And who knows the long term. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out on TCG, see if it's still holding 55 range. It's gone down to 52. 52. So that's not for a case, obviously. Yeah, 52. It's still holding really strong. So talk of the town, Phantasmal Flames. Let's check it out. Rudy's talking about it now. To be fair, take it with a grain of salt. He might just be planning a sale. Who knows? Wow. 103. Okay, last sold 57. Don't worry about that. That's probably some scam or some like Korean crap. I hate how TCG allows Korean and Japanese on TCG in the English section. There should be an English Phantasmal Flames, a Japanese, a Chinese, or at least at a minimum, the default should be English, and you should have like a drop down here button and it goes to Japanese. Putting this in, messing up the data, throwing people off. There's somebody out there that's probably like, well, I see Phantasmal Flames sold for $57, right? It's just crowded. I don't like it. This should not be allowed on the website. We should, and I don't blame them because there's no foreign language allowed from my understanding on TCG, or at least there's no section for it. So I get why people add Korean on here, but can we just separate these things, please? So yeah, ETB still holding over $100, really doing well. People are loving Phantasmal Flames. I am sold out of all my B grade and everything. Everything Phantasmal Flames I've sold out of. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. Booster box 375, man. Holy crap. Who would have thought, man? The sentiment on Phantasmal Flames has honestly done a full 180. When this first came out, Phantasmal Flames was like the talk of the town. It really was. It was the talk of the town. About 7 days later, nobody wanted it. It was like the hype instantly died. Instantly. 22, if you know what I'm talking about. It instantly died for Phantasmal Flames. I had 100 of them come in. Nobody wanted them for $75. I couldn't sell them for $75 to save my life, bro. They sat and sat. I think I sold 1 or 2 in about 2 months. Nobody. I took them off the store. Probably shot up to like 90, 95. Started putting them back on the site for 80. People were buying them. It's just so funny how things work. And now they're over $100 and everybody wants them, right? Like, oh, you got any Phantasmal Flame? DJ, you got any Phantasmal Flame? I was selling them for 75 for months. Where were you? Nobody wants it when it's affordable. Same thing, different story all the time. Why spend 100 on PF ETB when you can get the UPC for near the same price? True. There's not much Phantasmal Flames in them. How much is a Charizard UPC now? That's a good question. I haven't looked. If you don't check every day, you're outdated in this market. Holy shit. Let's look. What's the UPC going for? 190. Yep. Yep. Yeah. 190 for a UPC now. Yeah, I had them on the store for 190. And if you bought 4, you got a sealed case. Now, I don't have any nice sealed cases left. I have like 2 or 3. They're not pretty, but still a sealed case. But nobody wanted them. Only one person bought it for one of the ugly ones for the same exact price as market, no premium. So I said, all right, well, fuck it. I'll raise it $5 and now it's going to get closer to 200. It'll probably end up hitting 200 and then somebody will buy it. So, you try to give it to them for 180, they'll have to pay. It's just the same thing, right? The same cycle repeats. They only want it when it's up. Destin Rivals booster box is picking up again. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Destin Rivals. Shout out to Destin Rivals. Rip and ship my order? Yeah, I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'll do that for you. Hold on. Let me see if my kid's home. Yeah, you ordered. Yeah, I would love to do that for you, buddy. Yeah. I do not mind doing that for you at all. You guys want to see us rip some Ascended Heroes 3-pack for a customer? Give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll open it for you. I love opening Ascended Heroes. All right, I'm back. I'm not going to keep walking downstairs, so. All right, buddy. What are we pulling? All right, you're a lucky man. I'll let you pick which one you want. I had to open this case earlier. What number are you feeling? So you got options 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 through 7, buddy. I'll give you a minute. You have 7 options, 1 through 7. You said about to refund them packs? That's fucked up. Third from the front. 1, 2, 3. All right. All right. Here you go. Good luck, buddy. This is not a rip and chip stream, but every now and then I don't mind at all for the viewers. Of course. Who doesn't want to watch a little bit of Ascended Heroes rips? Dude, if we get a God pack or something good, my poor kid's going to cry to death. I won't tell him. He was so sad today. I told you we celebrated his birthday gifts. Opened 15 packs of Ascended. Didn't get anything good. He was so sad, bro. Let's see. All right, pack number 1 for my man out of 3 packs. Here we go. Boom, boom. Come on. Haunter looks cool. And Spy Dots. Pack number 2. Come on, buddy. Here we go. Here we go. Wish him luck, guys. Come on. Ask your questions in chat, by the way. Hell yeah. Good guy, DJ. Appreciate you, Trav. I'm not a great guy. Can't believe we have 75 viewers. We just started the stream. Oh, nice. I've never seen this in English in real life. Hold on. I haven't even seen it with my eyes yet. Let me show you the other cards just in case. Oh, getting blurry. Okay. Let me look at this in real life. Decent centering, a little bit right heavy. Let me put this away. Nice, bro. You know what? This is actually a super dope card, bro. What's this worth? Nice, bro. I like this blue. It's kind of like the Blastoise blue, a little bit different. You guys know what I'm talking about from 151? I love some cards in real life you just have to see. Some cards in real life, wow, that camera actually makes it look really nice. Wow. That's nice, bro. Centering's, I don't know if it had 10 just because of centering, but it's not bad either. It depends on the grader. Nice, bro. Well, you do have one more pack. What's that going for? Is that $69? Is that really $70? Wow, dude. Congrats. I'm happy for you, bro. Don't tell my son. Yeah, he'll cry himself to sleep. All right. Good thing he doesn't watch the stream. And well, fuck it, bro. Do you want this bulk stuff? If you do, I don't mind giving it to you or anything. Do you want this stuff? There was nothing really in it. You let me know. Bro, that's Psyduck. Yo, shout out to you, man. What a great pull. Damn, bro. I think you just 2 extra money. Oh, the sticker? Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot about the sticker. Nice, bro. Congrats. Oh, I got to give you the Ghastly too. Here. I don't even think this is a real promo. I hate how they do this in Pokemon. They just give you a common card. Like, what the hell, man? Why not even write the word promo on it? Why are we so damn lazy? No bulk? Okay, I'll throw you want the Ghastly though, right? I'll just throw the Ghastly in it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a common card. I wish they would do something special with these, man. I don't understand their rationale. Dude, nice. Good for you, man. I'm happy. All right, what do you guys got for me? What questions? What are we thinking? Pokemon market, no slowdown. What are y'all thinking? Ascended? What do you guys like? Perfect order? You guys think it's going to recover? I really think it's going to slowly recover a little bit. All right. Damn, bro. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Ship it in a bubble mailer? Okay. Well, thanks, buddy. I will do that. I'll protect it. Don't worry. Right on, bro. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. It's always good when you can pull something for somebody, you know? I pulled the Gengar in Japanese for Red Panda mining. That was cool. What was our best pulls? We pulled a Mewtwo for Red Panda. I forgot what else. Do you use Shopify question? Did you see my... No. Did you put a question marks? It helps a lot, guys. It helps a lot. Some distro info for you. Ooh, this is good. PHG has Prismatic and shipping out ETBs $98 this week. Southern has it coming soon, but you have to buy $1,200 in supplies per each. Oh, yeah, nice. Whoa, you have to spend $1,200 per each case. So what's the math there? So there's 10 in a case, so it's $1,000, and you could potentially make, I think market's like 170 by the time they come out, maybe like 160 or whatever, or $60 per, so $600 profit. So to what you're saying, I'll take it with a grain of salt, is basically you'll make $600 profit, but you have to spend $1,200, which becomes $600 each, which means you break even. Is that basically what we're hearing? Okay. DJ, if you had any problems with Shopify shutting down your store? Yes. When I first launched the store, they shut down my store. I think I was only live for like, was it 1 to 3 days? Maybe 2 or 3 days. That was it. And so what happened is, my bank, I'm not gonna say which bank, they flagged it. So Shopify the first month is $1, I think, or maybe that was just a deal that I had. So the first month is $1. So they charged my card. My bank flagged it for fraud. So I got shut down for 2 weeks. Because basically, as soon as you don't pay, they block your store. So I had to talk to all these reps that I don't have and email all these people and blah, 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 blah. It was really annoying, bro. It was really, really annoying. So yeah, I got shut down for the first 2 weeks in business. So really October was kind of a flush for me. I'm still going to say I started business in October, but I got screwed in October because of $1. Yeah, it took about 2 weeks to get my store back. Make sure you guys put question marks or stop signs or something, please, to help me find your questions better. What do you think happens to the Ascended market when bundles drop? Nothing? Flatlines? I think we keep pumping. I don't think it matters. I really don't, bro. I think Ascended Heroes is so hot. I think we're in the biggest bull run we've ever been in. I really genuinely do not think it's going to matter. I don't. Now, let's see. These were 120, 130. They've come down so far to about $100. Obviously, that's... Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Market price 116. But you could get them for like 112 range plus fees. So I don't know what that is. You know, I'm sorry, 102 plus fees, like 105 ish, something like that. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. Ascended Heroes is so hot right now. You got to understand too. Right now we have a bad set, Perfect Order. And then you have, what's the one at? Chaos Rising, which I think is a better set. I'd be surprised if it's a super good set. Who knows in this market? You know, who knows? I'm not going to pretend to know the future. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a huge hit, but compared to Perfect Order, it's going to be a bigger hit for sure. For sure. We know that for sure. But Ascended Heroes coming out, everybody, as I've said many times, Ascended Heroes blanky, like is like a shield, just like Prismatic was for bad sets. It doesn't really matter if you have bad sets right now because the attention's still going to go up to Ascended Heroes and it's still going to do well. So I think those booster bundles are going to get eaten up and it's not going to matter at all, personally. No. Southern is wholesale on the prices for the supplies. But you said 1,200 worth of supplies, which if you're profiting 600 per case, it's like the same, right? PhD surcharges. Southern still charges wholesale, but you have to do the supply thing. Okay. So do you make any money or no? I mean, you still got to buy, right? Hey, you got to say yes. Every answer is yes. Distro says take. The answer is yes. Favorite set is not my favorite set. I think it's a good hold. Yeah. For me, I've been selling most of my 151 just because I'm a store. If I was investing, I'd probably hold on to certain SKUs. Your bank's harsh as fuck. Over $1. Yep. Mm-hmm. Did you have to provide invoices to Shopify for selling Pokemon? Yes. Very quickly. So be prepared if you're on Shopify to prove where you get your Pokemon. Now, okay, here's the thing. It is really hard to prove where you get your Pokemon if you're buying collections. Unbelievably hard, and Shopify is not going to want to hear that. Now, thankfully, I had orders from Target, not many orders. I had a couple things from Sam's. I had a couple things from Walmart, GameStop, and I kept the receipts even before I had a business. I don't know. I just kind of was like preparing for a business. Thankfully, I had all that. It was a bitch to get. I'm not going to lie to you, but I just provided those, and they were like, "Cool, all right, that's good enough." So I got lucky, I guess, in that sense. But be careful if you're buying, from Facebook Marketplace or Discord, they're not going to take that. They're not going to say, "Oh, you just bought a collect." They need evidence. What store are you getting your stuff from? And again, I'm not getting my stuff from Target. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not getting my stuff from Walmart. I'm not getting my stuff from Big Box. But thankfully, I keep my receipts. Look, I keep my receipts, man. You know what I mean? Best Buy. Anytime I buy anything Pokemon, I just keep the shit anyways. GPUs, I always kept those too. So thankfully, I have a drawer of them. But that will happen to you. They will want evidence, and they will not activate your store. But like I said, for me, it was easy. I'm devoting 85% of all sales back into Ascended Heroes only. Oh, wow. You think Pokemon Center ETBs will crash hard in the future due to the only being a bit different looking? No. Not anytime soon. I'd be surprised. We're in a euphoric bull run right now, guys. We're in such a euphoric bull run that the worst set that's come out in probably, 5 years or something is doing great. It's still holding 210 a booster box, Perfect Order. You know what I mean? Like that. And any minute now, not any minute, any day now, any week now, we'll go to 215 probably, the way it's looking, even for the worst set imaginable, because it's a booster box. We'll be fine. Yeah, I don't see anything going down. Well, I shouldn't say anything. I don't overall see things going down anytime soon, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. You think, speaking of Japanese, since you brought it up, I sold a lot of Mega Dream this week. Mega Dream shot up. Did you guys see that? Mega Dream booster box. My supplier is now asking like almost $100, I think. Yeah, almost $100. So that's before tariffs, that's before shipping, that's before everything. Okay, it's saying 98, 100, but that's because there's Korean boxes mixed in. There's a big move going on with Mega Dream right now, I can tell you that. They've already told me, my supplier's like, hey, we had to raise price, blah, blah, blah. I already have a bunch, so I'm very fortunate. I had somebody buy all my stock yesterday, which was only 5 on the store. And then today I had sold 2 more. Yeah, Mega Dream's selling real quick all of a sudden. It's weird, man. It's weird. I think the price is definitely going to keep moving up. Question, Prismatic Booster Bundle at $70 or at $70 below for a minimum of 5 years hold. Good deal. Oh, great. Yeah. For $70 and under. Oh, fantastic. 5 years. Fantastic investment. Limited on funds. Do you think Japanese is worth deploying funds into if you're limited? I would go English, especially if you're limited. Here's the thing, and I've never been through a bear run on Pokemon, so do not listen to anything I'm about to tell you. I'm listening to other people who are more experienced. So I'm just parroting what they say. They say Japanese gets destroyed. in a bear run. So, you're talking about investing for the long haul. I mean, nothing wrong with buying a box or two. Over time, they perform pretty well for sure. I mean, you can look at the specialty sets in particular for Japanese. They're doing great. Mega Dream's doing great. It's not doing extended heroes numbers. To be fair, it's still heavily printed in Japanese. You can look at the Prismatic one doing fantastic. You can look at the Destined Rivals, which I have on the store for like well under market. You could look at Inferno X doing really, really well. You look at any of the specialty sets, they go up. I would just stay English personally, but that's just me. Do what you want. Pokemon, that's if you're investing. If you want to have some fun, it's great to open Japanese. It's really good. You definitely get your money worth in comparison to English. I would say it's way better, significantly better to open Japanese. The value's not going to be there in the same way, but if you're just looking for value of pack, I mean, dude, you can get a nil zero for $60 on my store. $60. Like, I don't have any down here. You get 30 packs. You know what I mean? You can buy Mega Brave for 90. You can buy Inferno X for like 110. You can get 30 packs of the Destin, which is the Japanese one, for like 110. I think I'm selling. I don't even know, 115. You definitely get your money's worth, especially if you're cheap. Not cheap, but your funds are very thin. But that being said, you're not going to get your value as far as resale, but as far as fun, you'll definitely get it. There's options. Japanese definitely has its use. Has Shopify ever suspended your products asking for proof? I already answered that. Yeah, you will make money, but you have to have the warehouse space for supplies. We have about $100,000 worth of supplies. Nice. Angry, when you going to sell to me, bro? When you going to hook me up, man? Hook me up, bro. Whoa, that just happened to me. They don't give a shit as long as the receipts are legit that you provide. Yeah, like you're not going to get a receipt off Facebook. You know what I mean? I have many Target, Walmart, GameStop invoice. Yeah, there you go. I have the same thing for everything I bought over the years. Yes, Mega Dream went up a lot in Japan. Yeah. Oh, there we go. We added question marks. That helps. DJ, of course, paid shill. If you super chat, I'll definitely see your question. Have you seen the raw prismatic Umbreon prices? It's at 1.5K. I looked the other day. It was like 1.3, 1.4. That's insane. What's the price of the GameStop one? Oh, man. I wonder if that's still going up. Picked up a last poster collection for $100 at GameStop after discounts, and 2 tin displays for $100 each. Tin display? You got a whole tin display? Oh, yeah. You said you went to like, what's that place called? Walgreens or something. Good evening, everyone. How are your top 3? Oh, what are your top 3 YouTube channels, Pokemon or not? Oh, that is a great question. Ooh, I'll do both. I'll just give you extra because it's a really good one. Mining of the North. I really only watch Pokemon because it's finance, it's business, it's money. I love money. Top 3 Pokemon YouTubers. I'd say Rudy, but he's not really a Pokemon YouTuber. He doesn't even like talking about Pokemon. He really likes Magic, and like that's unfortunate. But I still listen to a lot of the Magic stuff, even though I don't care for it, because he'll throw in some Pokemon in there. I would say Rudy. I'd probably say Nostalgianomics because he makes a lot of content, and he doesn't use emotions and feelings. He just talks data. So I like data. I'm a data-driven guy myself. Ooh, the third one. That's tough, bro. I think usefulness would be a non-TCG because he has like really good distro and he like updates stuff. Probably a non would be thrown in there, but you know what? I'm going to throw an entertainer in there. I need to mix it up. So we already got Rudy. We already got data driven from nostalgia. If I'm going to throw in, I need some entertainment too. I can't just only do numbers if it's for life. I would say Dan, but he doesn't make enough content. He does like one video a week. He's up there. I would probably say Brian, PokeNE, just because I have a business channel and I'm very interested in Pokemon business specifically. And there's just not enough business content out there. Like really nobody's making business content for sealed. The only people doing business content these days is like like bulk. And I love it. I love what people are doing, but bulk doesn't interest me personally. No shade thrown. Like I respect everybody's style. And it's honestly the cheapest way to get involved. Selling 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent. It's just not for me personally. Poke Profit's definitely up there. but I can't name more than 3. So PokeProfit makes a lot of content. There's so many good content creators. I love so many people, man. But I can only pick 3. You said. So I can't keep answering these long questions, but I like this question. Non-Pokemon related. Honestly, I'm trying to think. I don't really watch non-Pokemon because I'm very big into economics, finance, stocks, making money, crypto. I used to be. These days, crypto's dead, man. There's no point of watching that shit. Just buy Bitcoin. It's dead, bro. Just buy Bitcoin, forget you own it. So I don't watch crypto anymore at all, really. I don't know. I don't really watch non-Pokemon at the moment. I just realized you have a Diablo gaming chair. Oh, bro. I used to have a Diablo 2 freaking YouTube channel, man, back in the day. Back in the day. I used to have a Blizzard sponsorship, believe it or not. Yeah. This is like way back in the day, bro. Oh, God. Look, bro. This is me back in the day, bro. 8 years ago. Look at that. 335,000 views, 120,000, 113,000, 99K, 98K, 91K, 76K, 74K. We used to be a big deal. In Diablo world. It was a very small game, you know. Well, look at this, bro. I got countless freaking videos, man. These things always did well. It was a good time, man. I had a good time with Diablo. Yeah. Did you know I used to be top 10 in the world for Diablo speedrunning on hardcore, which means you can only die once. Diablo 2. Used to be. I used to be top 10 in the world. Was I number 9 or 10 or 8? I don't remember. It wasn't top 3 or 5. I remember that, but I was top 10 in the world at one point. The whole world, man, for speedrunning on hardcore. You could only die. Now, to be fair, that was only on the assassin. So in Diablo speedrunning, it's per character. Yo, my boy Castillo cards. Yo, if you guys are not subbed to this guy, I love this guy. I've been watching him. He's fairly local to me. I think he's more of the Richmond. I'm on the outskirts of Richmond. And I've been watching him since he had like 300 or 500 subs. And at the time, I didn't have a YouTube channel or anything, but I've watched his journey since the very beginning. I've met him a couple of times. He's a cool dude, man. So please, if you guys like vending content, check him out. I can never pronounce his name. Yeah, he even corrected me. Look. Castelio. Yeah, he tells me. I made him do a video. He probably doesn't remember me. I was vending one time. I don't really do vendor content, but every now and then I do vend. I made him record a video that said like my kids' names, like I bought your card or something. He probably doesn't remember. But yeah, we used to go to these really small churches, really small shows, bro, like 15 vendor shows. And he was there and he made my kids' day, man. He gave them cards. And Castillo. He also does a podcast with, oh God, I wish I could remember the names. Eric. What's the other bald dude? He's pretty big on YouTube. I can't think of his name. And then there's one other. Eric Castillo, bald dude. I can't remember, but it's a great podcast. I wish I could think of the name. Feel free to plug it. Sean, thank you. Awesome, man. What the fuck? You were a speedrunner too? Back in the day, I was. Back in the day. I was never I was never good besides the assassin on hardcore. Because speedrunning is hard, but let's keep it Pokemon. Okay, how many YouTube side channels do you have? Combined, all YouTube channels? I have like 5 YouTube channels, bro. So the one before this was like 16,000 subs. This one's nothing, right? This one's like 2.8. We'll call it 3. So 19. The one before that was like at my peak 13,000. I think I haven't streamed on there in forever, so I've lost like 2 or 3K. 22,000. I had a comic book one. That was nothing. That was like 1,000. But I did it for a while, but it was a dead industry. And then I had a Travelers one for like 1,000. If you count my Twitch, my peak of Twitch was like 13 to 15,000. I became not a member. What's the big one? I can't remember. I've been on Twitch in so long, bro. Partnered streamer. So I used to average like 120 on a really bad night, but upwards of like 200 on Twitch every day. Every day. I did that for years. Just Twitch, not even YouTube with it for sometimes. I'd say everything, if you combine all my social media, like just YouTube and Twitch, not even like Twitter or anything, probably like 30,000 subs, 35, something around there. It's hard to say, man. But obviously those don't help each other. Each one of those is different and unique, you know. Um, but we're small. We're small, Timmy. We just started doing this. All right. All right. Okay. Real hard question here. What's up, TRJ? How you doing, buddy? I see you in chat. I'll get to your question or comment. Okay. Real hard question here. Would there be a scenario where you decide to just stop the Pokemon business completely? I know it's early and we're in a bull, but just curious. I mean, dude, I have just started this business in October. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for me to envision quitting already. I feel like our journey has just begun. You know, like we had JP. Thank you, Castillo. We haven't even started our journey, bro. Like, I'm not even done with year one. I'm not even close to year one yet. I have so many more aspirations and dreams for this business and like where I want to go with it. No, I have not thought about like the end of the business. We just started, bro. I just turned in my taxes and stuff for the last quarter, which is technically year one, but it was just a couple months. It's hard for me to imagine quitting when I literally just started, bro. I don't know. If a better question would be, DJ, where do you see your business in 2 years? Where do you see your business in 3 years? And where do you see business in 5? That would be the better question. Have you ever got the unicorn level on Diablo 3? Yeah, that's for noobs, of course. Yeah, bro. That's just when you open up the cow level. Well, I guess it's called unicorn level, but whatever. What's up, DJ? Just ripped 3 Inferno and some Korean booster boxes. Pulled some bangers. Yo, congrats, buddy. What'd you pay on the Inferno? That's awesome, bro. Good night, my man. You going to bed at 8:43. Good night, bro. Much love. I didn't know you knew we streamed. Yo, what up, TRJ? TRJ, the Discord get botted or what, man? I don't know. I just know one day it didn't exist anymore. I think TRJ is doing it smart, though. I really do. He made a new one where you have to like pay to get in. I think that's smart. You get a better quality. And then honestly, somebody in Discord, shout out to my boy Chris. He just pulled a Roaring Moon from Prismatic. Oh, if you're in my Discord, link in the description. Shout out to my guy Chris, man. Congrats on the Roaring Moon, man. That's dope. That's sick, bro. Congrats. Team Rocket Joey is in my top 5 Pokemon Lorcana YouTubers. Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. It just depends, right? Like there's different sectors for sure, right? Like there's business content, which I think is by far the smallest niche. That's the niche I'm in. Investors, like the second smallest. But I think business does bleed into investing a bit. It just depends for sure. And then like TRJ, I'd put TRJ more in like, I would put TRJ in the investing world for sure. But it's also like more like a Kira and Opossum Bud style. But Kira and Opossum Bud don't really do investing, right? Like they're actually kind of I don't want to say against it, but the content's more about like, this guy's a scalper. So TRJ is a very unique channel. Like it's like investing, but like in a trolly way. You know what I'm saying? So I would probably put TRJ in investing with an asterisk, investing with a troll thing, like a entertainment thing. Like it's good. It's a good mix, you know. It's nice. It keeps YouTube fresh. It's interesting. Because otherwise everybody's just looking at the same chart, right? We all have the same, well, not me, but everybody has the same thumbnail, you know, 3 booster boxes or 3 ETBs, and it says like, oh my God, right? And it works. That's how you get views, man. If you want to grow a channel, just do the meta, you know what I'm saying? For sure. That's the best way to grow your YouTube channel in 2025 or 2026, honestly. I've decided not to go that meta. I've said this many times. It would definitely give us a bunch of subs. It'd probably 3 or 4x our view count. But I don't think that would give me more customers. And I don't think it'd give me the quality of customer that I would really want. You know, I was on a non-stream Saturday morning. I remember 11 specifically because it was 10:40. And he said, yo, DJ, what you doing? And I was like, not much, buddy. What you up to? He's like, you want to stream? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I was like, when? I was thinking like nighttime. He's like, in 20 minutes. I was like, fuck it. I'm down, bro. That's why I remember that time. I was like, bro, you know, it's in 20 minutes, right? He's like, I figured you could make it work. You're that guy. I was like, I'm that guy. You're right. I can do it. Let's do it. So yeah, we made it work. It was fun. Anyways, he mentioned like, Anon, obviously in a totally different league than me. He curates the viewer experience or the videos toward a higher caliber person, I suppose you could say, because he's not trying to sell one ETB. The customer that's buying a single ETB or looking for one booster box is a very different customer than somebody who's trying to buy a case, right? Somebody who's trying to buy a case is very serious about investing, or they have a lot more money, and they're interested in the long haul for sure. Not saying that somebody who only can afford an ETB isn't interested in the long haul, but they've really probably established themselves a little bit more, and that's more like his customer base, more like business to business. People who need the case because maybe they want to open up all those and sell them individually for a little bit of a discount, or hell, like I said, they just want to invest on a higher level. So anyways, that's why I don't really do the meta, because I know my views will explode. I know my subs will explode, but it won't be the customer that I need. You see what I'm saying? Right now, we're doing great the way we're doing it. We're growing our channel very slowly, very not humbly. That's the wrong word. Very quality driven. You know what I mean? I feel like the subs that I'm getting are top quality. The people coming to the oh my god, excuse me, I apologize. The people coming to the store are top quality as well. And I probably could get a lot more eyes on the store, but I don't think it'd be the same quality that we currently have. I think a lot of people in our Discord right now, again, link in the description, are much higher caliber than just if I did the meta and just got random strays. But I could be wrong in that. But I like the way we're doing it right now. So slower growth, but quality. What do you guys think on that? I like slow and quality more personally for me. TRJ, the Discord, we already read that. TRJ, I read that. Paid $43 per box. Hit 6 of them. You paid $43 for Japanese Inferno X? What? This must not be Japanese, right? This must be Korean or something, right? Yeah, there ain't no way. Non-Discord is crazy. A lot of whale store owners, etc. His buy-sell trade channel is mostly cases. Yes, for sure. Yeah, I'm a member in there. I would say this. I've tried a lot of people's Discords, and full disclosure, I pay for it. I don't get it for free with an on or anything, which I don't expect. I've tried Rudy. I've tried obviously Anon. I've tried Flower City. I've tried a couple more that I don't really feel like giving a shout out to because it wasn't a great experience. And then I've reached out to other people, tried to get in some other ones like Pokemart, some other ones. I would say by far, for me at least, in my goals, Anons has been the best. Is it directly because of what he sells? Not really. I'm not going to lie. What he sells is great, and he has fantastic prices. It's certainly not the quantity I would need, but where the money really comes in and where the value comes in is definitely the people that you interact with. For me, I've met a lot of people, some people that are in this Discord right now, actually. And the caliber of person that you get introduced to, right, is really high. And it's been very beneficial. I've made some fantastic connections that maybe, for that monthly sale, it didn't directly give me the case allocation that I wanted. But then I met all these other people that hit me up on the side and they're like, hey, DJ, I heard you're buying at 80%. I heard you're buying at 85 for the good stuff, blah, blah, blah. I got 5 extra cases. Love what you're doing on YouTube. Do you want to buy them? And that right there makes it so much better, bro. You get to meet like better quality people that you really couldn't meet elsewhere. And for me, it's a steal for $15 a month, bro. Like a steal. I paid $15 a month for Rudy's. I love his channel. I really do. Big fan of the channel. Not a fan at all of the Patreon for me and my goals. However, if your goals are just to buy a box for full market, it's a great program. If you're just trying to buy, for full market of 1 or 2 of something, it's a pretty good Patreon. But yeah, I'm not trying to get 1 or 2, right? I really need quantity as much as we can possibly get. And so for me, it just didn't align with what my goals were. Let's see. Paid $40 for Korean. Oh, nice. I'm actually getting some Gem 4 Chinese. I'm interested. Somebody reached out. Actually, Steve reached out. I don't know if you guys know Steve. Um, is it, is it Tactical Investor? I keep forgetting. I'm terrible with names. Is it Tactical Investor? I know he's doing really well. No, it's not Tactical Investor. Shit. I forget Steve's YouTube channel name. I'm so sorry, Steve, if you're watching this. But anyways, he reached out. He's like, hey, do you want to try Chinese? I was like, I guess I could. It was really affordable. It was really cheap. So, not everybody can afford English. That's why I have Japanese. And then not everybody can afford Japanese. So we're going to give it a try. I think it's called Gem 4. It has like Ponita on the cover. So it's very affordable. I think it's like in the $40 to $50 range for a booster box. I said, fuck it. Why not? Let's put it on the store. If it sells, great. I only bought one case. Tactical trading. Thank you. Yeah. If it sells, great. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I just bought one case and we'll expand the store a little bit. And like I said, if it works, great. If not, we'll lose a couple bucks and that's fine. Would you ever start listing your slab singles on the site? Too much to work. I've really considered that. So I've not done that because I did sign up for 2 more shows. I backed out on one and not with the company. My neighbor's going to take over for me. Vending's good, but it's not probably worth my time. I never meant to like vend a couple times a month, and it was never my intention. It just kind of got out of hand, to be honest with you. So I'm going to do one more show in May, and I'll probably just send all my stuff to Dan. I'll probably just send all my slabs, all the top dollar stuff that I have, which isn't much, but collectively it's probably a good amount of money. And then I'll just send it to him for auction or whatever he wants to do. I don't know. I'll probably get 90%, which is awesome, or whatever it is, 93% on stuff. And then I'll take all that money and invest it into my real business, DJ's Poke Center. Vending's great and all, but it's not for me long term, man. It's good every now and then, but I think I definitely overdid it. We always made money for sure. It was never like a bad experience. I just think I can make way more money. I do have a discount code for Logan's Poke Ship. Thank you for asking. It is code DJ. Absolutely. Check it out, guys. He's a good dude, man. I talk to this guy all the time. Check it out, man. If you're looking, in my opinion, the best price on the entire internet. There's Lorcana if that's what you're into. Where is it? Where's the acrylic? Here, look at this, bro. $13 for a booster box? Are you kidding me? Acrylic? Fantastic price. You use code DJ, it's probably like $12 or something. Fantastic. Awesome stuff. I think ETB is like $15. Great quality, man. Great quality. I don't get paid to say that, by the way. So, just so you know. I love it, man. Oh, I do need to probably this week upload to the store. What I want to do is when you buy an ETB, I want to have a pop-up that says, do you want to buy an acrylic for $15? I have a bunch of acrylics at my house right now that I'm not using anymore. So I'm thinking like, hey, you buy a booster box, it pops up, it says, do you want to buy this for $13, an acrylic? And I'll just put your booster box in the acrylic and ship it to you. Same with the ETB. I would love that, dude. You buy an ETB off my store, a pop-up pops up. Hey, do you want to add an ETB acrylic? Get done, like get it at the same time. No brainer, $15. Like that's a steal. You know what I mean? Like I think that's great. In hand, ready to go. So I probably have 15 to 20 of each, maybe a little more. Not too sure. Maybe a little bit more. Oh, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think on that? What do you guys think on that? Would you guys want that? I think it's a pretty awesome service personally. Or you could wait a couple weeks because you got to understand when you buy those acrylics off somebody, they got to go make them, right? It takes a little bit of time. Might take 2 weeks to get your order in. You could just literally deal with me and be done with it right then and there. So I think it's kind of cool. What other questions you guys got? What you got for me? What's your discount code? I already said that. I made a contact at the New Jersey show. Nice. For Japanese and Korean products, a distributor deals Powered and Cool Trainer Ryan. Products his distributor deals with Cool Trainer Ryan. Large scale. Does Cool Trainer Ryan deal in Japanese and Korean? I didn't know that. Rudy is a blind community. You can only interact there in the comments. Yeah, it's not really a community. Yeah, for sure. Um, C. So yes, I exchanged phone numbers with him, and now I can get quantities from him directly cheaper than eBay, as he specializes in Japanese and Korean distributors. So price are super cheap. Yeah, definitely let me know. Hit me up for Japanese. Let me know what his pricing is. I wonder if I could beat it. You never know. It's worth a shot. If I can't beat it, I can't beat it. If you're buying good quantity, I could definitely give you a good discount. Let me know. The worst is that guy's cheaper than me. It won't hurt my feelings if he's cheaper than me. Are you selling supplies alone on the site, or would shipping be too much? So, are you asking, like, would I just sell this by itself? Yeah, I'll sell these by itself. I mean, you still got to pay for shipping. These are heavy, bro. These are quality, man. Look at the magnetic, bro. Look how nice they are. Look, I'll show you. Um, I'll tell you, man. And it also protects your stuff, but damn, it looks beautiful. Look at that, bro. This shit's quality, bro. For the money, I mean, shit. They sell on eBay a lot of the time. They sell these for like 20, 30 bucks. They look nice, man. You know what I used to do when I first started? I was a cheap ass, and this is probably the way to do it if you have like a fuckload of these and you don't want to display them, you just want to protect them. I used to do these. These are about $3 on Amazon. If you guys need a link, let me know. I don't recommend these unless you have like a shit ton that you just want to protect. But like if you want to display, I'm not gonna lie, these are disgusting looking on your wall. These look horrible, but they do protect them. These are about $3 each on Amazon if you buy like 20. So it is a fraction of the price. It also looks hideous. So that would just be good straight up for putting it, somewhere. I don't know, whatever you want to do to protect it. Adding acrylics is an yeah, for sure. Dude, I'd support buying acrylics. Of course, shipping might be high, but at least I'm avoiding tax. How much do you get those magnet cases for? I sell them on Temu. So I don't have. Okay. So you guys know behind me, I had a shit ton of these, right? I had a bunch of ETBs, Pokemon Center, blah, 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 all in these. These are my personal ones that I paid for. I paid probably, depending on what batch, anywhere from $16 to like $30 for these. Not all of these came from Logan's PokeShip. Now, when I discovered Logan's PokeShip from TRJ, shout out to TRJ, that's when I was like, wow. Because I was spending $30, bro, at card shows, literally spending $30 for the same acrylic. Not even kidding, bro. 22 in chat if you've ever spent like $30 on an acrylic. Then I found TRJ showing Logan's PokeShip, and I was like, well, shit, I picked these up for $16. Hell yeah. So I started buying those. So I paid full market for all of them. So these are just my personal ones. Like I said, just laying around for my collection. But now I'm more business or more interested in growing my business. So I'm just trying to recoup my money on some of them. You know what I mean? So I'm basically selling them for what I paid for. And I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not making any money off it. I don't have a deal. I don't create them myself or anything. It's just, I probably, like I said, 15 to 20 of each. Hey, question. Yeah, thank you for writing question. That really helps. Pokey-Doo. That's a cool logo. Big fan, DJ. Love to see your journey. I would say I'm more of an investor. I got lucky and got a hold of 4 perfect order booster boxes. Is it worth just holding or sell 3 and put money somewhere else? Okay. I can't tell you what to do with your life. If it's me, you're so close to a sealed case. If I wanted to invest in perfect order, which I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to, but if I was going to invest in perfect order, I would just buy a sealed case. I feel like they're really affordable right now. I'm selling them right now for $220 a pop times 6 for a sealed case. You might be able to find them for $215 a sealed case. I don't know. You might be able to find them for $210 a sealed case, right? I don't know. That's what I would do. I don't really like personally having a bunch of like loose booster boxes because all it takes is something rubbing and there's a hole or something, I would just say buy the sealed case personally if I could, because it's not very expensive if I was to invest in Perfect Order. Now, that being said, yeah, I think there's a lot better options out there than Perfect Order, like a lot better, like probably most things over the long term. But who knows, man? Maybe I'm wrong. You know, Perfect Order's been holding pretty well. I think it's at like 210 right now. It's recovered pretty nicely and kind of stabled out. After wave 2, probably going to go down some more. Who knows? But after that, are they going to reprint this? I don't know. I don't know the future. But who knows? Maybe they won't. Maybe it stays at 230, 240. I don't know the future. I do think there's way better things to invest in. But yeah, hopefully that helps. I'd get a sealed case personally. You're already so close to a sealed case. Like, dude, there's something to say about having a sealed case. I'm telling you, it is so much better. You just throw in the corner. It's protected. It's nice. You could stack them. Loose ones, you gotta. Just a pain. Just a pain. I almost just paid the amount until you just showed me Logan. I'm checking it out now. Oh, what were you? You were about to spend 30 on an acrylic? We just saved you almost 50% off. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, the older acrylic is the better quality is by far. These new acrylic coming from Temu. Oh, I would never buy anything from Temu, bro. Shrinkflation. So these Logan Pokey ships, I don't know where he makes them. I don't know him on a personal level. Every now and then we chat. I'm assuming he's in the United States because the address comes from the US. I'm pretty sure it's just a small business owner, just like me. I run a small business. I'm not Walmart. I'm not Target. I can't compete with those guys. This guy's just a normal dude, man. You know, and it's good quality. It's nice. I wouldn't drop this. It's going to break, obviously, right? But it's nice. I like supporting small business. If I can spend an extra $2, which in this situation you actually spend less money, but I'll always pick a small business any day, bro. They only ship USA? Yeah, so then it must be made in the USA. Yeah, if I can support a small business owner and it's cheaper than the competitor, like I said, I'd be willing to spend more to support a small business, but it's cheaper too. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, fuck Temu, fuck all that bullshit, bro. USA. 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 Question. Hi. What are your thoughts on UK exclusive half boosters for investing? Never see anyone talk about them. I've never looked into those. I don't know the data on them. I'm not sure how they perform over time. I don't know anybody requesting them or interested in them. They might do really well, but I don't have the knowledge to really comment on that. I don't know. I don't know much about it, bro. I'm sorry. DJ, I'm 1 hour from New Jersey, so I can save on shipping dealing with the contact. He said I can pick up at his warehouse. The help has a crap ton of product, and I do not mind picking up in person. Just stocking up for now. Nice, bro. I already read this one. I just saved you a bunch of money. Look at that. Now, understand, it is going to take a little bit. It is. Well, how many do you want, Mega? You could just buy a case off me. You could buy, I want to say I have a case right now of ETB acrylics, and I think I have a case of booster box acrylics. If you bought the whole case for ETBs, I would do $11 each. And if you bought the booster box case, I would do 10 each. If you bought all of them, which don't quote me. I think there's like 12 in a case. So if you bought all the ETBs, I would do 11 a pop. And if you bought all the booster box, I'd do 10 a pop. 10 a pop. Feel free to DM me either on Discord, link in the description, or Instagram. But if not, if somebody doesn't want to buy a whole case of them for way under market, that's fine. I'll just put them on the store one by one. Send me the PayPal for the ETB acrylic. Well, let's see if he wants it, because I did ask him first, to be fair. If Mega doesn't want it, David, you can buy it. How about that? I did offer it to him. I'm a man of my word. Let's see what Mega says real quick. That's pretty cheap, man. You could flip those easy. If somebody had an LGS and they're watching this, and you buy those off me for 11, you got to pay shipping. Okay? I can't pay your shipping. They are pretty heavy. So it'll probably be like $25, $20. You could probably buy these, put these in your LGS and sell them for double, to be honest. They're just things I had laying around anyways. Yeah. Basically, for $100, I think you could pimp out like 12 of your ETBs. Basically, plus shipping. Like, that's a steal. That's a freaking steal. You ain't gonna get that anywhere. Yeah. That's a steal. If it's over 25, I'll just pay it. I was gonna say, shit, I'll buy the case of acrylics. I might have 2 cases. I just never opened them. I bought like 50 of them, man. I paid a lot for some of these. I did buy some of the cases off Logan because at the time I was collecting, I was investing, I was building my wall. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy, 30, 50 of them or whatever. And I could probably make a case too with all the loose ones I have. Yeah, we'll see. Definitely, it is not a bad deal. Not going to lie, but I don't need bulk. Okay. So who is the next person? David? If you want them, let me show you what it looks like. That's a steal, man. Okay, so again, I have a couple cases of these. This one's the booster box case. I've never even used these. These are brand new, bro. So what did we say? $10 each. There's 12 in here. This one, I guess I took the wrapper off. And the box, I probably have a box if I look for it. Brand new, bro. I never used any of these. $10 each, bro. So $120. $120. You get all that plus shipping. Hit me up, David. Never used, bro. Brand new. Out the box. That's a freaking steal. Yeah, hit me up, David. Oh, you want the ETB? I do have ETB down, in my closet. If you want the ETB one. I don't know. That's the booster box. I just gotta find it. I'm too lazy to go find it. Nice. I'll have to pay that pretty soon. I'll take it if they don't. You guys won't find that deal on the internet. I'm pretty sure. The cheapest I found was Logan Pokeship, which is the only reason I'm selling them cheap is just because I don't have those things anymore. You know what I mean? I don't have I'm more into the business stuff right now. It'd be $11 per. So however many are in the ETB. You guys got any questions for me? Anything we're looking at for Pokemon? I just received 5 messages on Discord. I'll buy them. David, to make sure this is really you, I'm going to send you something to type in YouTube. Type 6. I'm going to make sure this is really David. I literally got 4 messages so far. I'll buy the ETB case. Hold on. We'll go in order. I'm a man of my word. I just gave him a code to type in Discord to prove this is really David. Yep, it's David. Okay, David, I got you. I got you on the ETB case. Did anybody want the booster box case? Those are 10 each. ETB is 11 each plus shipping. If it goes over $25, I'll cover it. Don't worry about it. Anybody want the booster box case? David has claimed the ETB case. I will just type to you so I remember. ETB case claimed 11 per plus shipping max 25. So you're going to pay up to $25. If it goes past $25, I'll just pay the difference. Because at some point, it's like, wow, they are pretty heavy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some cheap shit. Does anybody want the booster boxes? Anyways, what questions you guys got for me? Pokemon, baby. What we looking at? What we looking like? How's Destin looking? Is anybody still interested in Destin? Man, Destin used to be the talk of the town. What happened? Is it not trendy anymore? Wow. Yeah, wow. Making a move for 600 again. Nearing all-time highs once again. Holy shit. Look at this. That's in chat if you sold your Destined Rivals. I sold so many Destined Rivals in the last couple of months from collections. Oh, I was selling a lot of them down here. Jeez, F's in chat, boys. F's in chat. I sold a couple in here. I never got to sell any at the top. Damn, F's in chat. Oh, what is he buying? So the ETB case acrylics have been claimed. Seeing if anybody wants a case of the booster boxes. $10 per. They're all brand new. Yeah, man, it collapsed up to 600. Imagine being that goofy to sell that set. Oh, man. Basically, at any point that you've bought Destined Rivals booster box, you should be up now. Yeah, no problem, Pokeplane. Basically, yeah, if you bought Destined Rivals at any point, you should be up right now. You'll take the booster box case, DM me on Instagram, preferably the new Discord, but I could take... Oh, shit, my guy's in Cali. Thanks, bro. Yeah. Oh, that's the worst place to hear you have to send a heavy package. From East Coast to fucking West Coast, bro. No, we should be okay. We should be okay. That's the worst. Yeah, hit me up. Discord because it's easier because I'm online right now. Yeah, so there's 12 of them. So it'll be $10 each. So it'll be $120 plus shipping. So I would estimate, depending on your state, 20, 25 bucks, but don't quote me on that. If it's cheaper, then I'll charge you cheaper. You know what I mean? But anyways, there we go. Pokemon question. David. You guys would be surprised how many orders I get from California. I would honestly predict 30 to 40% of my orders are California. We need more people to order from the East Coast, because on the East Coast, when people order, I don't lose any money on shipping. I probably break even. Every now and then I'll make like $1, but it's very rare. You have to be in like Georgia. Georgia's not bad. North Carolina's not bad. Obviously, Virginia's fine. Maryland's okay. Once you start getting past New York, like New York's not bad actually. Maine is bad. But anybody who orders from like Central America or West Coast, the worst, bro. West Coast is so expensive to ship to. Should I sell over 40 totes of Pokemon right now? I've been collecting for 10 plus years. I'm tired, guys. 10 years? Yes. You should sell them to me, buddy. I mean, listen, that's what I want to tell you. And I would love to buy your collection. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially you've been holding for 10 freaking years. You were probably up life-changing money. 10 years? What's that, 3 bull runs? Yeah, you got to be up what? I'm just guessing 30x or something. Like you're up big, buddy. And somebody in your situation, I don't even feel comfortable answering this for you. It's like, this is like life-changing money. So make the decision yourself. Talk to your wife, talk to whoever you got to talk to. If it's me, yeah, I'm taking some money off the table. Absolutely. Because you got to think, if you've been holding the shit for 10 years, like I said, you're probably up 30x on things. Some things you're probably up 10x. Some things you're probably up 50x, right? Depends what you got. Is it really going to benefit you to wait to the 30th anniversary and get another 2x? Because someone in your situation, I look at it like this. When I held Tesla, I bought Tesla price adjusted because of all the splits, right? Price adjusted in today's numbers about $17. I sold Tesla, most of my position, around $350 to $400. Could I have waited, right? So hear what I just told you. I bought my Tesla price adjusted about $17 all in. So let me just show you here. I was a very early Tesla investor. Let me just pull up the chart just so I can give you a visual and answer this a little bit better. So I was investing in Tesla. They don't even show it on here on the 5 year. So give me a minute. Yeah, I was investing in Tesla here. I don't remember the month off the top of my head, right? So I bought, $16, $17, and I sold out of all my position somewhere in here. Yeah, somewhere in here, like at the top, around $350 to $400. Now, that's kind of the position that you're in with Pokemon, right? You bought in down here somewhere 10 years ago, right? So you're in here. Is it really going to matter if I would have held my Tesla from $400 to $800? The risk is so high, right? The risk, the chances of it really going from 400 to 800, so difficult. Okay. Someone in your position. Now, if you buy down here at 160, 170, 200 Tesla, again, Pokemon, and it 2X's, every percentage matters. But when somebody's in your position, it doesn't really matter, bro. It really doesn't. Um, I wouldn't, I would consider it, but you have to make that decision yourself. I had an order to Hawaii last night. Congrats, bro. I saw you had a record day or record weekend or whatever it was. Yeah, I had to raise my prices on Hawaii, bro. The first order I ever got to Hawaii, I lost $17 in shipping because I only charged them 10. Yeah, I lost 17 bones. So from that day forward, I said, oh no. I do I think $15 minimum to Hawaii, and I still lose money on Hawaii every time, but it hurts a lot less. It hurts a lot less. To be fair, people from Hawaii stop ordering from me. Yeah, ever since I raised my price $5, I get no orders from Hawaii. But that being said, I mean, that's probably why they order from me, because Hawaii's so expensive. All right, I'll lock you in. Just to verify this is you, type this in YouTube chat. Just to verify this is you. We'll lock in the booster box with you. Yeah, I haven't got a single order from Hawaii ever since I raised it by $5. But hey, it's better than losing a bunch of money, right? Like I said, if it's $2, $3, it's not a big deal. If it's a big order and I lose $5, who cares? But if I lose $20 and it's not a big order, I basically break even. So yeah, you gotta be careful with that, man. Especially if you're on East Coast shipping to West, or if you're on West shipping to East, you got to raise your prices. I raised my prices to $12 for California. That has not slowed down the sales in Cali at all. So what that means and tells me, okay, I got you locked in, code verified, buddy. What that tells me is people in California understand that me charging $2 is fair, because I still lose money on California every time, but I just lose a little bit less money. Washington State as well, I raised to $12. Same situation. There's this one place in Washington. I think I talked about this on the stream the other day with Pokey Profit. Shit, that was yesterday, right? Every time that this one city in Washington orders, for whatever reason, they tack on an extra $5 fee that I have to pay, which I think is ludicrous, but whatever, because their location is like out in the middle of nowhere or something. I think they have to travel some bridge, or I guess the post office doesn't normally go there. So to deal with that particular city, I wish Shopify was more specific. Like I could just charge that city $12. But for whatever reason, there's one in Texas that's just like that too. There's somewhere in Texas, I can't remember where. Texas is huge, but every time that person orders, I have to pay an additional $5 in shipping just because of their location. It's very weird places in the United States like that. Their town is just, I would imagine Alaska's like that too. I know I've seen stuff on the internet where like the only way to get mail to them is to take like this plane and fly on this like frozen river, and the mail only goes there like once a month or some shit. Like, I don't know. There's just weird places like that. So yeah, to combat that, I would raise personally price a little bit. I know nothing about nothing, and I'm a noob, but I believe we are the beginning of a sideways stagnation correction baby bear market. But it's gonna be a beautiful thing. You think so? Damn, dude. I completely disagree. 100%. Respectfully. I'm on the bro. I think we're still in a full-on bull market, bro. Full on. I don't think the market's slowed down at all. The only thing I'm seeing is that people are looking at perfect order and going, no thanks. But there's, dude, record sales for singles. Not for me. I don't sell singles really. The volume is still going crazy in Pokemon. I see no slowdown at all, man. What are you guys seeing in your local area? I don't see anything from a business. My online store hasn't slowed down at all, man. Like, if anything, it's just picked up even more record weeks, more record months. I see the complete opposite, bro. I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at Phantasmal Flames nearing $400. I'm looking at Destined Rivals nearing $600 once again. I'm looking at Ascended Heroes probably break out unless we get a big resupply or restock soon. I don't know, man. Everything I'm looking at, not Sword and Shield so much, but I'm just seeing fucking new records everywhere I look. And I don't know, man. I'm just seeing no product anywhere. You would make more money just being an investor and saving your time. You have the capital to sit on good product for 5+ years. Is time not the most valuable thing? It is. It is. This is an interesting statement. Um, the thing is, dude, I've already had money before I started this business, as I've been very open and honest about. I started from the bottom just like everybody else. You know, I was 18 years old. Um, I moved out with nothing, no money to my name. I've been super poor since then. I've had $3 in my bank account before. I've had it to where I couldn't buy a Starbucks coffee. I've been at the bottom and started all the way to the top. And I mean, not the top. I'm not like a multimillionaire or anything, but the reason I really started this business and why I do all these things that I do, one, it really interests me. Like I enjoy it, man. I enjoy finance. I enjoy business stuff. You know, I have two useless degrees. One in business administration, so obviously I have some interest in that field, and then economics, which again, useless degrees. Don't recommend them. Taught me a little bit. Learned more on YouTube, if we're being frank. I already had money before I did all this, man. Um, you know, why I do the business, I enjoy it, man. I enjoy the thrill. Um, you know, last bull run, not this recent one for stocks and crypto, the one before that, 2021. Dude, I was on top of the world. You know what I mean? I had 500,000 in cash. I had a couple properties. Again, all I did it by myself, bro. I just invested my money, and I felt empty because all I did was buy Tesla super early. I bought Nvidia super early and held for years. I had a bunch of money, bro. Like money, I had a lot of money. I was only like 30, 31, and I mean, I had really good money, but I felt empty inside because when you buy and hold, everybody's different. I had nothing to do, you know? Like I was just bored because I'm just watching my Bitcoin go crazy. I'm just watching my stocks go crazy. I'm watching my retirement go crazy, but there's nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do? I get off work and I hang out with the kids for an hour or two, but they want to go hang out with their friends. And so I'm just empty inside. You know what I mean? I just have all this money and nothing to do. So for me, YouTube was great. On my last channel, I made a channel called DJ Minds. I told you guys this story, blah, blah, blah. And that was fun for me. The ad revenue wasn't worth my time at all. It wasn't, because it was okay money, but it was like $500 to $1,000 a month. It wasn't much, but I enjoyed it, right? I got to interact with people. I had friends online because I don't really have friends in real life. Not that talk about crypto or now Pokemon. You know, who am I going to talk about Pokemon to? You know what I'm saying? So crypto started dying. Bitcoin's still going to be fine. I'm talking about the altcoins. The YouTube started dying. All my friends started dying. And I was like, okay, well, what do? Do I keep injecting time into this dead genre or this dead industry? And the answer for me was no. So kids got into Pokemon. I remember being in Pokemon as a kid. I saw money to be made, and I also enjoyed it. And so I made a YouTube channel. I started with my son. It was supposed to be a very different channel than it is today, full disclosure. But I don't know, my son quit on me after like 2 weeks. So I said, I'll take it over. My other YouTube channel's dead anyways. And I've been having a blast, bro. So I don't really do this only for money. Like, obviously money's part of it. Like, of course, it's nice knowing that one day I could turn this into a multi-million-dollar business, which I'm very confident that I will. Like, I think the chances of me making this a multi-million-dollar business is probably like, I'm going to shoot high. I believe in myself, 90, 95%. I genuinely believe that this will become a multi-million-dollar business. And that's fun for me. That's fun, dude. You know what's not fun? Like making a bunch of money in stocks. I still have the money in stocks. I still have money in retirement. I still have money in investments, but it's boring. I just feel empty. I'm too young to just do nothing, to just retire in my 30s. You know what I mean? It's boring. Like, and everybody's different. Some people, dude, just want to make a bunch of money and go retire in South America or Thailand, and go sit on a beach. And that's just not me. It's just not my style, bro. Like, I'm not that guy that watches Netflix. I'm not that guy that wastes time checking out Reddit. I'm not that guy. I do listen and watch YouTube, but I'm also making money on the side, business or doing something productive. I'm a very productive person. And that's my nature, bro. I genuinely enjoy achievements. I genuinely enjoy making money. It's not that I want the money. It's that I like making money. You see what I'm saying? there's very few people that think like me, in my opinion. I'm a sick individual. I know that. Like my fun time is like watching quarterly earnings, listening to quarterly earnings, hearing someone like Anon talk about the distro allocations that just came out. That for me is my fun. That's the thing. Some people like drinking, smoking pot. Some people like riding a bicycle, skateboarding. I used to skate when I was young, but that's not fun for me. Genuinely, I have fun learning about what's going on with macroeconomics, microeconomics, and how can I earn more money. Again, it's not because I need the money; it's because I like making money. Like it's just a fun process to do. And so for me, yeah, could I make more money investing? I probably could, dude. Like I probably genuinely could, but then I'd just be bored and too young. And I mean, I retire from my job in 2029. Like, let that sink in. I fully will be retired from my job, bro. And so, what am I going to do? I'm going to retire when I'm 39 years old? That's way too young. And just sit on my ass all day and just get paid every month? Like, that's boring to me. So, for me, the Pokemon business is going to be great, because I'll be 39, fully retired. But then my new job, which will be hopefully Pokemon by then, unless Pokemon just goes explodes out of business, which I don't see happening, then I move in full time to my Pokemon. Fully retired. I don't have to do the Pokemon business, but at 39, I'll be able to go full time with Pokemon. And, who knows what's next, man. My goals long term for the business is to have like a cool warehouse. I don't think we'll ever get to like a Non's warehouse tour video. That's pretty expensive. I think warehouses are like 3 million. So, but something small, something more humble, I could probably afford and, film in there. Like maybe what Cool Ryan, what's his name? Cool Ryan has. I can't think of his YouTube name. Not a Non's level by any means ever. I don't think we'll ever get to there. But like cool trainer Ryan, I think that's his name. A cool warehouse like that, and I'll film in there, and I'll have all the sealed product by then. I won't be selling ETBs to people anymore, hopefully, and hopefully we'll land a distro by then. And that's my goal, man. And again, to answer your question in a very long way, could I make more money? Yeah, but it also is fun, man. I like doing it. So there's some things more important than money to me, something. But again, I am trying to make money. I'm not saying we ain't trying to make money, but I enjoy it, buddy. I enjoy it. Damn, DJ, I'm 58 and hustling hard in Pokemon for the last 14 years after selling off the video game business. Nice, bro. You've been in Pokemon for 14 years. You're probably killing it, bro. I've worked in the high-level real estate software space for about 15 years. It's so refreshing to hear from someone who put money in real estate assets. Completely change your perspective on money. Yes. Okay, so I I sold almost all my properties in New York except for one. I don't like real estate, bro, at all. I hate it. I really do, bro. I can't stand it. I can't stand it, bro. I hate it. I don't like real estate. You can make a lot of money. I don't like putting work into it. I don't. The toilet goes out and the rental. Now the person's bitching. The fence falls over because of wind. I got to replace it. 2 a.m. call. Oh, why doesn't my sink work? The fridge is. I don't like it, bro. It is not passive at all. It is, especially when you have multiple. I don't like it. I sold, like I said, at one point I had 4, but I sold all of them but one, and one is not even a house. It is a failed project where I was going to crypto mine. It's honestly just a 2-lot. So technically it's 2 lots, but we can call it one. It's 2-lot land with a shed, and it had an old GPU mining farm that I was building there, and I was, had aspirations to continue that, but then crypto went down the shit, and so we had to pull the plug. One of the most important things that Kevin O'Leary said that stuck with me. You can like the guy or not, but you can't argue he's very successful billionaire, right? One of the best things he said to me is knowing when something's not working, you got to take the dog out back and shoot it. Now, I know it sounds rough, but it's still true nonetheless. When something isn't working, you don't force it. Okay. Now give it your best effort. I'm not saying don't give it your best effort, but if it's really obvious an industry isn't going to work, an idea is not going to work after giving it your best, your best try and blah, 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 you just got to pull the plug. And that's what crypto mining became for me anyways. I wanted to make it work. It worked really well for a couple of years, but the industry died. And so I can't keep putting a triangle in a circle. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, a triangle just will never fit in a circle, or a circle won't fit in a triangle hole. It just can't work. And so I think identifying early enough when something isn't working is more important than continuing it. Because you're wasting your youth at that point. You see what I'm saying? And so again, in a perfect world, I never would have left my last YouTube channel. That business would have kept going really well. And you know, ideally that would have worked out. But yeah, it died, and here we are. We found something newer and better. And I never thought, how many sales have you done? I can tell you right now, dude. Like I said, we just started this business in October, man. I like to be full disclosure with you guys. Let me see how much have we sold? Okay. So year to date, so January to now, we've sold $139,000 worth of Pokemon. Now, if we go back to October, this is what my Shopify says, and start from October till today, we've done 184,000. I can just show you 184,000. Now that doesn't include all the sealed cases that I've sold in private sales. Look at that. I'm proud of this, bro. I'm proud of this. This makes me happy. If you include all our sealed cases sales, which I do log, that's about another $8,000 to $9,000. Bro, we're almost at $200,000 in sales. We just started this in October. I'm saying this shit is scaling, bro, at like a record. Like when I mean other people's record, but for me, I'm happy, man. That makes me feel good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's great making money, but like the accomplishment, bro. Like I really think we're gonna make a multi-million-dollar business, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome, man. So that's why I do it, and I love it, man. It's fun. It's enjoyable, and I really like it. People like Brian really inspired me. I say this all the time. Pokey, he started in a small room like this, and I think he went up to $2 or $3 million in sales in a small room. And so then he obviously, went to a garage or whatever it was, basement, and started growing. And now he's doing like 5 million a year. And it's crazy to think about, bro. Like if you just don't bitch and you just put the work in, and you don't find excuses, and there's different types of people. And I think if you're successful in certain areas, you'll probably be successful in others. That's what I've noticed. Again, there's no difference between me and other people watching, right? Everybody starts at the bottom, and there's people 10 times, 100 times bigger than me. And they probably have a very similar mindset of like, there's no excuse. You're never going to complain about it. You're just going to make it happen. You're going to figure it out one way or another. And it doesn't really matter like what the playing field is. Is it baseball? Is it soccer? It doesn't matter. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete. Obviously it's a little different. But yeah, I think we'll do really well. I think we'll do really well. So, DJ, dream big, just like me, bro. 100%. I got an indoor storage unit now. I want to get much more products to grow the unit, to get to a bigger unit as I grow to invest my time in Pokemon. Nice, bro. Good, man. You should start reading the Bible and building a relationship with Jesus. All right. I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible because I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. All right. If you ask me off the air, I'd say it in a different way, but I'm going to be kind. All right. I respect what you believe in. Cool, man. All right. Anyways, keep it Pokemon, guys. I don't want to get into that kind of stuff. That's not what my channel's about. We don't get into politics here. We don't get into religion. Good for you, buddy. Kevin O'Leary, take on how money is leveraged with assets and how high net worth individuals use. It's great. Everyone should understand how that's done with borrowing on assets. Love the transparency. Hell yeah, bro. What's the average revenue from selling at shows so far? It is so hard to know, bro, at a show, because depending on the quality of the show, depending on the audience of the show, honestly, shows are RNG. So if anybody's old and doesn't know what RNG is, it's random. So I might come in there, I'm just making up fake numbers, $10,000 worth of product. I might sell 4,000 of it. But then somebody comes in with a collection on the spot. It's happened a couple of times. I've bought products that are as expensive as $800 sealed product and sold those at the show for like $100 profit. How do you log that? How do you, I don't have time. I did one vendor POV video, maybe two, I think one. You can check it out. You can see, you'll have 4 or 5 people at your table. You're too busy. I'm not like, this is how fast it goes sometimes, bro. If you're at a big show, I've ended like 7 times this year already, just in 2026. It's like this. Oh, you want that? Oh, excuse me. Can I buy this? One second. Hey, bro, can I get that Phantasmal Flame? 1 second, guys. 1 second. Well, guys, calm down. So I'm doing 3 sales at once. Yeah, here's your ETB. I can't track that. I don't know. Money's coming in, money's coming out, money's coming in, coming in. You want to buy this for 80%? I'll buy that. Give me that one. This one's bad condition. Hey, dude, can I get these for? Hold on, dude. Hold on. Will you take $15 for this? You got it at 13. I'll take 13. Okay. That's how it is, bro. For like 6 hours straight. It's just 6 people at your booth, bro, nonstop. So there's no way for me to know. I would estimate 15% gains, 12, well, maybe 12% on some things. Overall, like landed 13.5%. It's hard to know though, bro. It's impossible to know. The only way you could really know is if it was a very slow show and then you like had time to log. Okay, I paid this for that. I sold this for that. But that doesn't happen, bro. I'm telling you, things move fast, really fast when you're vending. Really at big shows. Try to go full time at Pokemon. Me and my wife. So just making strategic moves, making more money, products. Nice, bro. That's awesome. YouTube. Congrats, man. I hope your YouTube does well. I would recommend to you, if you're going to have a YouTube channel, you need to change your name. Bro, who's going to remember this? Jedi Clone JD47ZHR. Like, imagine saying that. Like, if I want to give you a shout out, like, guys, you heard this new YouTuber. His name is Jedi Kylom JD47 Zulu Hotel Romeo. Like, that takes so long to say, brother. I would strongly suggest if you are going to be a YouTuber, shorten that shit, bro. Now ain't nobody going to be able to say that. Who's your top 3 favorite YouTubers? Jedi Kylom JD47 Zulu Hotel Romeo. Like, it's too much, bro. You got to shorten that. I just lost breath trying to pronounce your name. Yeah. Question. Did you start your LLC from day one or after? Yeah. So technically it's before day one, probably like 2 or 3 weeks before. I have I have had an LLC before, so I kind of knew what to do. I used Zen Business. They do all the hard work for you, all the lawyer paperwork. You can do it on your own. To me, it's not worth it. They charge like $250, $400 if you want them to do everything and walk you through it, which I do think is worth it if it's your first time having an LLC. That being said, I did the cheapest option of $250, where basically I provide my name, the name of the business, like where I'm going to operate, and they literally did all the work for me. That was worth $250 without question. That being said, the $400 plan is probably worth it. They'll walk you through it. This is when you do your earnings. You got to look at your particular state. They'll help you out with those laws and rules. It's worth every penny, in my opinion. I'm not saying you need to get an LLC, but if you are going to get an LLC, Zen Business has some great programs, worth every penny. I won't preach, but you will be empty no matter what, how much you gain you have. I've been there, man. Yeah. So I'll tell you this story too. And everybody's different. Everybody, what they go through, blah, 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 how they see life. I'm not here to judge, right? You guys do you. My father retired he could have retired at age 38 from the Air Force. He could have, but he decided to do more than 20 years. Shout out to my dad. I know he watches all my streams. Love you, Dad. He could have retired at the age of 38, but he felt like he was too young, like he didn't really plan for retirement, or to do anything after. So he ended up doing 26 years in the Air Force. Got out as an E8, which E9 is the top rank. And I believe that's a senior master sergeant. I'm not in the Air Force, so I don't know, but I believe that's a senior master sergeant. And he went crazy. My father fully retired, making a lot of money, 100% disability, 26 years of service, tons of money in retirement at the age of like 44. He went crazy. Bro. I remember not like crazy like a psycho. He gained like 30, 40 pounds of fat. He was depressed. He started drinking, which my dad never drinks. He's just bored. 44 is too young to be fully retired for most people. Again, some people are going to love it. I'm just telling you, I saw it. So he's making so much money, but he has no hobbies, right? Nothing to do, bored out of his mind. My dad got so bored that he went to basically minimum wage jobs just to get a job to get away from the house. He told them, I don't even want to get paid. You literally don't have to pay me. Can I please work for you for free? So he went to like the Ford dealership and they're like, well, we'll give you a salary or by the hour. He's like, I don't even want it. They still had to pay him legally. So they did. It was like at the time, like, I don't even know how much. You'd have to ask him, probably like $8 or something. I don't know. He didn't even want to get paid because he went that crazy. He didn't need the money at all. Healthcare paid for, college paid for the kids, blah, blah, blah. Everything's paid for, right? What do you have to do in life? And then he went back to work. He just wanted any kind of job to just not go crazy. So then he ended up finding a much better job. And now he's been working ever since. He doesn't want to retire because he knows what happens when he retires, which is gain a bunch of weight, get depressed, start drinking. He doesn't drink ever since. And he's never had a drinking problem besides like a couple months. So that's not something that I think would be a worry for me, but retiring at 39, because I'm very different, right? Like I love the internet. I have something to do. Always, bro. I always am busy on the internet, whether it's Instagram, people DM me for collections, learning something on YouTube that's going to help me with my business, making videos, producing. You see, my dad never had that. My dad's not interested in the internet. He's not really into it. So for me, if I quit my job or retire from my job when I do, when I'm done, it's not like, oh, I'm time to retire. It's time to start the Pokemon business for real. You know what I mean? So I go from one job straight into another. So yeah, I don't think I'd be empty, to answer your really long statement. I don't think I'd be empty. I don't think I'd be bored. I think I'd have 10 times more work to do. And I like working in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Hi, DJ. Notice that a lot of us are getting wealthy in Pokemon right now. You worried? I'm not getting wealthy, so I'm not worried personally. What are you doing to hedge, so to speak? Well, I've always been very transparent. I'm still new to this hobby. I'm still very new to this business. I'm still learning every day. If that's a concern for you, it's not a concern for me personally. But if it's a concern for you, I would evaluate. I'm going to give you advice from my stock portfolio. Okay, not necessarily from Pokemon. I've been trading stocks since I was like 21. I'm 36 now, so really investing once I was like 26. But I'm going to look at it in that way. I would look at my Pokemon position, say, okay, how much am I up on it? Because obviously this is a concern for you, right? Like, some things, if you've been in it for a while, you're probably up 2x. Some things you're probably up 10x. If it's really a concern for you and going to cause stress to your life, maybe take some profits on some of the things you're up a lot on. Or maybe you're up, I don't know, I'm just making up shit. Maybe you're 10x on 151. Maybe not a good example, but whatever. And maybe you think Prismatic's down a lot, which it is. I think it's down 15, 20%. And you think I want to reallocate those funds, or some people, what they'll do is they put 20K into it. And to make sure they don't walk away with this bull run with absolutely nothing, they get 20K back. And they put that in S&P 500. Not saying you need to do that. Not even saying that's a good idea. But if it's really going to put stress on your life, put a down payment on your house or whatever, if it's really a concern for you. Don't walk away. I'll say this. I've made the mistake one time so far. Actually, technically, it's two bull runs. I've been in a lot of bull runs, man. Not Pokemon, but like other branches. The worst feeling in the world, I can tell you from personal experience, is rebounding your gains. So what I mean is you go through a complete bull run. I did that in 2021. I thought we were going to keep going with a lot of crypto. And I didn't take any profits. And I had to rebound all that. So at the time, I think the all-time high for Bitcoin was like 67,000. And all my altcoins, bro, I was up so much fucking money. It's not even funny, bro. I was balling. And I rode it all the way down because I thought, you know what? We're going to rebound. Huge rookie mistake. Didn't take any profits. So I had to wait until 2024, 2025 to make any gains. So I had to hold. I was still up, but I still had to hold through the entire bear run. And that's the worst feeling in the entire world. I can tell you that right now. If you make it through this entire bull run right now, through 2024, the end of 2024, all the way to 2026, who knows? Maybe go 2027. I don't know. And you take no profits throughout the entire thing and walk away with less money than you had or barely any more. That is the worst feeling in the world. I can tell you that right now. So am I saying you should sell all your Pokemon? Absolutely not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is at some point, take some profits if that's going to cause stress to your life. Because if you take some profits and you're up, dude, it's going to be a way better feeling when the bear run comes, because it will come. It always comes. Doesn't matter what sector, gold, silver, stocks, Bitcoin, Pokemon. Doesn't matter. We will have a bear run eventually. And that'd be my best advice, bro. Reevaluate your life, reevaluate your position. And if you got to take some off the table, take a little bit off the table, man. And you can dollar cost average out. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, personally, I think we have a lot of room to grow, but not everybody believes that. Obviously, you can see the comments tonight. A lot of people think that we're about to pop and the world's about to end and blah. Yeah, let them think that. That's fine. But if you think that, yeah, then take a little bit off the table, bro. Yep. Hope that helps you. Hi DJ, you know, all the putting in the work now rewards you. Putting in the work is the hardest thing. Your first 100,000 is going to be the hardest to make. Now, I'm not saying in Pokemon, a little bit different. Your first 50K for sure is the hardest, and definitely your first 100. But I'd say the first 50,000 is the hardest, because even Rudy will say this in his videos. Your first 50K, you really got to work. You know, investments doesn't do much. If you generally, I'm sure there's an anomaly. Somebody out there bought a bunch of Crown Zenith with $2,000 and turned it into, 10K. I'm sure. But overall, you're going to have to work. So what I used to do anytime there was a bear run, I would do 3 jobs, 4 jobs sometimes. So I would have my full-time job, working 60 hours a week, same job I have now. Then in my evenings, I would do DoorDash and I would do Uber Eats. So when Bitcoin was crashing, not this one, but like the last bear run, I was like, oh, wow, we're about to make life-changing money here, right? Anytime I see a crash, anytime I see a dip, anytime I see a deal, that inspires me to work harder personally. I get it. Most people aren't like me. I'm a weird motherfucker. I'll admit that. But anytime we have a full-on bear run, that's when I work the hardest. I don't really work that hard in a bull run. It's really easy to make money. The shit sells itself, right? But in a bear run, I know these only last so long, so I take full advantage of them. Anyway, so I would work my full-time job. I would come home, the kids for a little bit, but then it's time to DoorDash and it was time to Uber Eats. So I had 2 phones. I had my regular phone for DoorDash, and I had like a burner phone that was running off a hotspot for Uber Eats. And I would go with whichever one's making the most money. Then, by the way, I had a YouTube channel. So now I would go live. So I had like a phone stand. So I'm making money off the ad revenue. I'm potentially making money off donations. Even $1 or 2 helps, right? Then I'm also making money off of DoorDash, and I'm also making money off of Uber Eats, depending on which one's paying the most. And I would do that till about 9 o'clock. I'd probably profit 150, 200 bucks a night, every night, 6 or 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Then I'd go to bed, go back to work, and I would do it again. And I would just keep doing it. I would just keep doing it. I would just keep doing it. I'm not saying you need to do that, but that's how you get your 30K that you need. That's how you get your first 50K. Not saying it has to be DoorDash or Uber Eats. Insert whatever you want, but it's grind session. You know what I mean? That's how you get a big chunk of money. I found myself, not recently, but when I need to get 20K, you just work for it. That's the easiest way, honestly. Everybody's looking for the easy way out of like, well, I don't really want to go get a second job. I don't really want to do a side hustle. I don't really want to make a YouTube channel. I made 3 videos. I made 7 videos. It didn't work out. Oh, by the way, while I was doing the DoorDash and shit, I figured out ways, like I said, make YouTube videos and to make it work. And, that's going to be the hardest thing. It's your first 50K turning into the 100K and all that. But after that, dude, you'd be surprised, man. After your first 100K, it becomes so fucking easy, because now you can buy, like I said, S&P 500. You could buy NVIDIA. You could buy Tesla. You could buy things that don't move that fast. You could buy Evolving Sky. You could buy something that doesn't move really quick, but it doesn't matter, because the amount of gains that you get, if you only get 5-10% on something, on $100,000, that's $5,000. You see what I'm saying? And then when you get your first 200K, bro, it's even easier. Every time you get past that 6-figure mark, it gets so much easier to go from 100K to 200K, because it's only a 2x. But to go from $1,000 to $100,000 is a 100x. You see what I'm saying? It's really difficult to do. It's hard to pull off. So you're not going to invest your way from 1,000 to 100,000. It's very difficult to do. You just grind it out, shortcut that shit, do it for 6 months, 3 months, work really hard. You end up with 10K, 20K, and now you only have to 5x that. You see what I'm saying? So you start to make the multipliers a lot easier for yourself. And I'm telling you, just the more money you get, the easier it is to get more money. That's really the secret of it. You understand? The more money you have, the easier it is to make money. The less money you have, the more risk you have to take, the more gambles you have to take. You think Nostalgianomics out there, like him or hate him, but you think he's out there freaking with his investments working super hard? No. He probably buys by the caseload. Or you ever see his background with the booster bundles for Prismatic? He probably buys a couple hundred at a time, right? And he's going to make more money than probably somebody that's an electrician or a plumber or, somebody working their ass off, a full-time job. And all he had to do was buy a bunch of Prismatic. Because what I'm saying is, when you have money to put yourself in these positions, whether that's stocks, crypto, blah, 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 whatever the fuck it is, Pokemon, It's so much easier. You see what I'm saying? So please grind sesh. Just grind the shit out. Get some money. Then you start investing. And your investments will make more money than you can at your job. There's a saying in Korea. I'm kind of butchering it, and it translates weird. My wife's Korean, that's why. The more you use these, the less money you'll have and the harder you'll have to work. But the more you can use this, the richer you'll be. Doesn't translate perfectly. I'm sure it sounds a lot prettier in Korean. The idea is, or what they're getting at, there's only so many hours in a day, right? There's 24 hours in one single day. You can only go to work so long. And obviously we get older, so it gets harder on your body, right? You can only do an 8-hour shift. I think the average person does 8. I do 12-hour shifts, but whatever, right? You can only work 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever the hell it is at a real job. And after that, you get your overtime, whatever. That's great, but that's capped out, right? You can only make this much money. No matter how hard you work, you're only going to get up to this much. And you can never get past that level. And so the only way to really get past that level is investing, is to do other things on the side, your side hustle, turn that into something. And when you can do these things, it can actually outgrow your full-time job, and it can get to the point where it's very passive. You understand? And so that is really where the wealth comes. You wake up one day and you're like, oh shit, look at that. My stock portfolio is up $5,000. Holy shit. That's more than I make in a month. You see what I'm saying? And it gets to that point. I'm sure there's people out there that wake up and they're like, wow, I'm up 50 grand, 20 grand. I'm not at that level. I'm not waking up making 20K, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it gets to the point where 3X is your job, at 5X is your job, at 10X is your job, and you don't do anything. You just let the shit keep rolling, and so think about it. Think about it, man. Hopefully that helps somebody and they don't take that the wrong way. Would you do a stream with Gotta Mitch 'em all? Of course. Yes. You know what? That's somebody I haven't streamed with. Absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. How do I reach out to him? I didn't even think about that. That's someone we need to add to the list. Absolutely, man. Is that his name on Instagram? I'll send him a DM. I know exactly. He's a cool dude, man. We talk in streams, like through the chat. Oh yeah, we follow each other actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I'll try to figure something out. You're preaching it tonight, DJ. That's what I do. That's what I do. Teach them what people better listen and put in the work and make it happen. Most people won't. Most people won't, bro. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say how many people I'm in charge of. I'm in charge of a lot of people, man. I manage a lot of people at work, and I have for probably the last 10 years. Over 50 people for sure. We'll say that. I don't want to give you the exact numbers. The majority of people that I work with or that work under me are 18 to 24-year-olds, and it's tough, man. It's tough. Out of 50 people, 40 people, whatever it is, probably one, maybe if you're lucky, 2 young people will take your advice. It's very frustrating. I used to really try to help these kids out. I used to try my best. Like, guys, you got to do this to make money. You got to do that. Oh, fuck that. Right. Because especially when you're young, most people, not all, but most people, they're not trying to put in hard work. They want to hear, how can I buy this altcoin and make 10X my money tomorrow? How can I buy this Pokemon pack and 10X my money in a week? How can I shoot for the moon? How can I make $1 million tomorrow? That's always the mindset. It's a very dangerous mindset. It's stupid, in fact, just risking it all, gambling. And I'll tell them, this is what I did. I've lived it. I'm not just preaching it because I'm bored. I've literally done these things, and I'm telling you how to replicate them. And you don't have to make the mistakes that I made. And they ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't taking none of that advice. I'd rather I want to get rich this week. I'm just going to put it all on black or put it all on red. I'm just going to, what I'm saying? They just gamble. Yeah, it's quite frustrating, man. It's very, very, very frustrating to deal with. First partner apparently just came on Amazon. Are we going to get this? Oh, add to cart. First partner, let's go. Proceed to checkout. There's a problem. It must be sold out, huh? That quick. Come on. First partner right now. It says $26 on Amazon. There's a problem. Can't be shipped to your address. What the fuck? It must be sold out. Are they only doing select places? Guys, go on Amazon. Quick. All right, I'll do my parents' house in Florida. Can I do Florida? Nope, can't do Florida. Oh, come on. See if you guys can get this shipped right now. First partner on Amazon, MSRP. Oh, shit. Yeah, I can't ship it to anybody. All right, I give up. Yeah, that sucks. They're not shipping to my address or my parents' address. What the hell? That's weird. Most new kids that start working with us, chemical plants, it's hard to train them if they don't want to work. It's tough, man. I'm sure every generation has said, like, oh, these kids suck. It's different though, right? With technology. I see it in my children as well. And I've tried. It's very difficult, I will admit. Because I grew up with technology, but it wasn't the technology they have now, right? Like we grew up with like Super Nintendo, a little bit of Sega Genesis. It was good, but it was never like you couldn't sit there for 12 hours. It wasn't that good. Even N64, PlayStation 1, it was dope. Of course, every now and then you might grind it out for 8 hours, but you still went outside and played. You know what I mean? But these days, bro, like gaming's on a new level. To get the iPad, and they're in a whole new world, and it's limitless. It's endless possibilities. Like I got my kid the VR headset. It's a whole new world. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I think the technology that they have and the way that shows are produced for them and everything, their attention span is like zero, right? So, because before we used to watch a Pokemon show, you guys remember, and then there'd be a commercial for 5 minutes. There'd be a break, and so you kind of get used to having a break. Roblox, the way that it's made, the way that these videos that are made for the kids on YouTube and stuff, there's no pause. If you notice, shorts are very popular now with people. So there's never a dull moment. The moment you have a dull moment is when they get bored. So you just continually keep their mind like this, right? You just never not snap. You never don't have a sound effect. You never don't interest their mind. And so I think the future, that's why we're getting lazy workers, right? Because now they're so used to being on the phone 24/7. They're so used to the iPad or whatever the hell it is. And they grew up on this shit. Constant, right? Shorts, TikTok. So when they do try to come into the real world, they're terrible for the most part. Yeah, it's tough. Are you looking forward to a bear run? Pros and cons. Okay. Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not ready just yet for the bear run. There's certainly pros, and there's a lot of cons as well. The pro would be okay. I think the chances of me landing distro, which I would love to land a distro for my business, I think during the bull run is like 1%. I think it's marginal, if that, because there's too many, there's not enough Pokemon already for people. It's just not enough Pokemon to go around. So why would a distro work with me? Even if I landed a distro account, I still wouldn't get Pokemon anyways, right? Right now. So it wouldn't matter anyways in a bull run. So obviously, in that sense, distro is much more possible in a bear run for me, because at some point you hope or you assume that other accounts stop buying, right? And so this could take years. This could be 2 years, could be a year, could be 3 years. I have no idea. It could be 5 years. It could never even happen, right? But I think the chances of us getting distro in a bear run are significantly higher. I would be that person that would say, hey, I'm willing to buy. And the answer is always yes. Now, Dan talked to me about that on Friday, and he said, be careful with that, because saying yes in a bear run, it sounds really easy, right? It sounds like, yeah, you're always going to say yes, but eventually you start running out of funds and nobody's buying your Pokemon. And so that's the realization, is like, everybody says they're going to say yes. Can you actually be that person that says yes? And that's going to differentiate you from someone who gets Pokemon in the next bull run. And you wonder why some accounts get no Pokemon, either because they're a new one or because they said no during the bear run and they couldn't afford it. They couldn't make it work. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who want to say yes, but like, I get it. If every time you buy a product, you lose money on it, or you don't make hardly any money, I get why you would want to say no at some point. But as soon as you say no, you just screwed yourself over, right? So that's definitely the con. Pro and con there. Pro of the bull run, like obviously it's really easy. You can sell anything. Now a huge pro that I look forward to is getting quantity that I would like. You said, or a plumber. Right now it's really hard to get Pokemon. I'm buying collections very high, right? I can't find a collection under 80% to save my life right now. And everybody wants 85%, 90%, which I never say yes to 90. Every now and then I do say yes to 85% just to have something on the store. I really don't like doing it. I don't make much money off it, to be honest, full disclosure. And I don't like charging you guys a lot of money, man. Like, to be honest with you, if Phantasmal Flames ETB is $100, I want to be at 90. I want to charge you guys $90, right? I want to give you a nice deal off market. But then that means I have to charge 90%. But if I'm paying 85, I don't make any money. You see what I'm saying? So if I have to pay more, I have to charge more. So that's one pro of the bear run is like I would be able to buy at much lower prices and actually give you guys a deal. Now, the con of that is there's 10 times less people to buy from me, right? And everybody in chat right now, type 33 if you plan on buying in the bear run and making a big position. I guarantee you most people say yes to that. Most people are saying, yeah, I'm going to buy as much as I possibly can this next bear run. How many people will do it? Probably 5% of people. Everybody thinks they're going to do it, but will they actually do it? You know, everybody's been looking for a dip on prismatic evolutions. How many people are going to buy it right now when it's down 20%? Probably none. Or not none, but probably most people won't. 9 out of 10 people won't. They'll get greedy. They'll wait, they'll wait a little bit more. And they'll just keep thinking, I'll wait till it gets a little cheaper. I'll wait till it gets a little cheaper. I'll wait till it gets a little bit cheaper. And stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely pros and cons for sure, bro. So that being said, I don't try to predict the future. I don't know what the future of the market will be. All I can do, the only control I have is doing good business, building my brand, DJ's Poke Center. I get it. We're a really small channel. We're still very new and most of the world has no idea who we are. And that's okay, right? I'm just going to keep doing good business, good by my customers. Ethically, morally, we're going to do what we can. And that's it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy collections. Unfortunately, that is from botters or scalpers right now. It is what it is, right? I'm not going to hide that fact. That's the market we're in. That's the only way to get product. I hope long term it can become distro. I would love for my sourcing to come from distro long term, but it's just not in the cards right now. So we'll see what the business has for us. Again, I can't predict what the future is going to be up and down. So we're just going to do good business. That's it, man. One day at a time, 1 week at a time. And hopefully our brand continues to grow and people trust us. And I think people do trust us, man, because, I don't pay for collections before I get them. I think we've built our YouTube enough and our name enough to where people send me their collection in the mail and then I verify it and pay them afterwards. So yeah, hopefully we can just keep doing good business, man. That's what it's all about. Majority of people will be out when the bear market comes within a month. Damn, a month, huh? I think it might be better to have distro after the printing facility is up and running. I think there will be more product to go around. I am just going to build my clientele. Yeah, that's all you can do, man. That's all you can control. We can't control what happens and when it happens. So, hey, get your paper up while you can. You know what I mean? Make the deals while they're good. Hoping Rudy gets back to $90, $100 in the bear run. Need that volume to come back. Yeah, I mean, I was a Rudy Patreon during the bull run only. Again, I love his channel, love what he's doing, blah, blah. I did not like the Patreon program. You can get anything he says cheaper on TCG or locally or on eBay. I saw no discount ever. So who knows? I guess maybe in the bear run is cheaper. I figure I could probably find anything he has cheaper online. What's going to be interesting is when the market turns, how much product suddenly becomes available. Excuse me. Oh my God. From tens of thousands of closets undercutting each other. Yes, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. That's when you stock your local marketplace. I will say, I look forward to buying collections for a fair price, a much cheaper price. Because right now, like I said, people, dude, they don't give a shit about like your point of view at all. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit about your point of view, man. Like they really don't care. If you get stuck with a product and you have to put it on eBay, you're going to lose 15%. So you paying somebody 85% generally doesn't make sense. Like think about that rationally. If I have to pay you 85% and it doesn't sell on the store, TCG is going to take 15%, I think, or 13, whatever it is. eBay is going to take this 15%. There's no money to be made in that situation. And that's obviously like worst case scenario. And that's also considering you'd have to get full market value for the item. I think in a bear run, people would be understanding of that, like, and work with you. But in this run, I get it. People are not working with you, bro. They're like, I want 85%. I want 90%. Right? They don't care that you have to pay fees. They don't care that things could get lost from USPS, UPS. You get charged back. They ain't trying to hear none of that. And they don't have to, right? In a bull run, in a euphoric bull run like this, they don't have to hear that shit. And I get it. But in a bear run, I'll tell you what, we got a sample in October, November, December. Did we not? That was a pretty big sample. And I was getting stuff for 70, 75% just in November and December because everybody was panicking. Everybody was freaking out. And I was buying very heavy in November and extremely heavy in December. October, not so much. I didn't really buy much. People were panicking 70, 75% sealed product, and the collections were coming in like crazy in November, December. If we went through that for 6 months, 9 months, a year, yeah, buddy, I can tell you, I'm not paying 70%. Fuck no. Why would I pay you 70%? Because here's the thing. In life, generally, when you go to sell your collection, you're never going to get close to 100%. In the comic book world, in any other genre, I know historically with Pokemon, so I've been told 60% is really good. Comic book world, bro, people pay like 50%. I was talking to some vendors when I went to a Comic-Con for Pokemon. It wasn't a very good show, but whatever. They said they pay maximum like 40, 50% for vintage games, for collections, because it doesn't move quick. Like you're taking on all the red, blah, 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 blah. So right now, I get it. Sellers have all the freedom in the world. They have all the power in the world, right? But they won't always have that power. They won't have that luxury. It's going to get to the point where they're begging people to buy their collection. Eventually. I don't know when. Again, deep into the bear run, like there's not going to be a bunch of buyers just ready to pay up. No, it's going to be far in between on the buyers. Right now, you got 1 million buyers. That is true. You have all the power in the world as a seller, but you won't always have that power. You won't, It'll be collections at that point are going to be a dime a dozen, $10,000 collections. I'm going to be, 20,000. You can be like, nah, 30,000. Come on, man, please. Nah, I'm good, man. You know what I mean? Like, you'll see eventually. One day it's going to be like that. It will. But just not at the moment, right? So that's why I say I don't try to predict the future. We're in the market we're in. And enjoy it. Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Take it, get your money while you can and just, churn and burn or whatever you want to do. If you want to invest, whatever. But do your thing, man. I'm hoping for a bear run to pick up some of my personal grails. Yeah, for sure. I feel you on that. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to a super cycle and we'll never have a bear run. I don't know. That sounds crazy, but I took your advice. I don't give advice. I tell you what I would do. I bought 9 prismatic ETBs for $145 each locally today. My prismatic position is now over 1,100 packs, about 35% of my total. Dude, that's sick. I wish I could find prismatic for $145. I offer 92% to people. Shipped. That's shipped. How'd you get them that cheap? Damn, bro. That's cheap. Are people selling that cheap? Let me see. What's that? Like 170? I don't know. We'll call it 175 just for easy math. Shit, I was offering 160 shipped. I only got 20 ETB so far. That's crazy. Who the hell is selling them for 145? These dummies, man. Build your clientele now. That will help you with your product when distro has nothing. Yeah, that's what Brian said. Brian talked to me about that, like just in my chat. He didn't like have a verbal with me or anything. Yeah, he said the winners, because he's been through a bear run, right? The winners are going to be the people building their business right now. If you try to build your business in the bear run, it's going to be a lot harder because you got to understand on YouTube, when the interest is high, a lot of people are there. You're going to get subs. You're going to get a lot of views. Right now, I mean, on a really bad video for me, I might get like 1,300 views, 1,500 views. On a really good video, like 2.5, 3K. But in the bear run, it's not going to be like that. I expect it to be 300 views, 400 views, right? But the people who are just starting off their YouTube channel in a bear run, oh, buddy, you're going to get like 5 views, 3 views, right? And it's going to be really hard to grow. It's going to be 10 times harder. So you start building, your audience now, start building your business, your website now. Still going to be hard, but be significantly easier later on. And people are going to look for you. Like 22, if you plan on watching my channel during the bear run, whenever things get bad, and me updating you guys, like, hey guys, I'm noticing there's huge deals right now on Phantasmal Flames. Like Phantasmal Flames down 30%. Oh my God, prismatic's down 25%. Oh my God. Right. And so like people at that point, it could be a year from now, 2 years. It could be 6 months. I don't know. It could be 3 years from now. I have no idea. But whenever it really gets bad, they're going to look at you if you established yourself on YouTube as maybe not the voice of reason, but a trusted name in the industry, and they'll start listening to you. You know what I mean? So you'll get to capitalize on the bear run as well to some extent. Obviously with way less people. Just keep growing your businesses, guys. Keep growing your YouTube channel. Keep growing your Instagram. Whatever you want to do. Facebook been good to me. Yeah, nice. Yeah, my Facebook is ass, bro. Are you ready to get more of those first illustration series 1, wave 2? Get ready from who? Ready from who? I mean, I sold all mine like an idiot for fucking $40 each. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah, I need more. Comic book store was offering 30% to my friend. Yeah, that's very normal. Comic books anywhere from 25 cents to 30 cents. Yep. Very normal. Yeah, it's just, we got it good right now at Pokemon, man. We got it really good. If you can't make money right now, you're dumb. Or you're just not selling. Right now, we're in an undeniable bull run, but when it ends, you really think we'll have another bull run in the future? Of course. Of course. Are you kidding me? You need to understand the macro and microeconomics of how all of this works, okay? Frequently, collectibles, because this is what this is. Some people argue it's an asset. I'm not going to say Pokemon's an asset. I get what they're saying when they say asset, like it appreciates in value. I get that. So, but it's a collectible, right? So in the collectible space, there's a million types of collectibles. There's trading cards, obviously, and of course all the TCG stuff. You got Labubus technically is in the collectibles. Comic books, this is the bigger one. Comic books and cards are probably like the biggest, and coins, things like that. That sector, you have to understand, that's more like extra money. So what happens with a lot of bull runs is it's generally going off of, not always, I'm not saying right now, right? Like the S&P, right? Anything that's happening with the S&P can affect what's going on in the collectible space without question. What did we see with COVID? I don't think it's because Pokemon was that incredible. I don't think, in the last bull run in 2021, we spiked up because Pokemon was that freaking amazing. No, we spiked up because the interest rates to borrow money was like 2.5% or some shit. I think at the lowest was 2% flat. So, and they started giving us stimulus money, which was very unique and rare to that situation. But dude, of course we're going to have another bull run. Eventually, we're going to have a bear run. But after that, we're going to have to lower interest rates. So then it becomes basically free to borrow money. And everybody's going to start borrowing money all over again. I don't know what year that is. Is that 2028? Is that 2029? Again, I have no freaking idea. But of course there's going to be another bull run. Let me show you something. And again, S&P 500 is not Pokemon. I don't want to hear your sad tale. It's an example. Okay? Look at this. No, S&P 500 70-year chart. Okay? This is not my opinion. This is fact. Look at this. This is the S&P 500 as early as 1927. Look how many bull and bear runs we have had since 1927. Do you not think we're going to have another one? I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter how bad this bear run gets, of course we'll have another bull run. Look at this. We survived the Great Depression. We survived World War I. Oh, I don't know why this shit's lagging, bro. We survived World War II. Wow. What is up with my internet? Is it my internet? Is the stream okay? Holy shit, this is laggy. We survived Vietnam. we survived the dot-com bubble. We survived the housing crisis. The housing crisis is way worse than what we're going through right now. We have survived we survived COVID. Look at this. COVID looks like nothing looking back at it, right? We have survived every single bear run. It has been way worse than it is right now. I don't even think it's arguable. The Great Depression was way worse than what we're going through right now. World War I, World War II was way worse than what we're going through right now. The housing crisis, way worse than what we're going through right now. Everything, so much worse than what we're going through right now. And you think we're not going to recover from all this? Of course we will. It's going to be fine, man. It always has gone up over time, and it always will. The market is going to market over time. Always has, always will. Sometimes it's a year bear run. Sometimes it's a 5-year bear run. It takes time. It could be 3 years. Hell, it could be a super bear run. It could be 10 years. But eventually, of course, we'll have another bull run. We always do, always have, and always will. And again, a lot of what starts the collectible sector is not the collectibles itself. When you start to get people coming from the crypto world, do you think it's by chance that Bitcoin went to all-time highs, had its halving, and that the collectibles all of a sudden pick up and go to all-time highs around the same time? Stocks go to all-time highs. Bitcoin goes to all-time high. And then suddenly, in 2024, we have this bull run that starts. And then suddenly, Bitcoin goes to 100,000 plus for multiple months. And then 2025 happens with Pokemon. You think that's a coincidence? Do you think it's because the sets were that good? Think about what I'm saying. Do you really think it's because the collectible space was so amazing that the sets were so good? Oh my God. Like Prismatic was great. I'm not saying it's not great. You don't think it's related to what's actually going on? If you don't, that's fine. Now, to be fair, on the opposite side of that, right now, Pokemon is doing really well while stocks and crypto are not doing well, which has shocked the hell out of me, which is why I choose Pokemon over other things right now. It has shocked the hell out of me, man. It was like Bitcoin was doing all-time highs, so was Pokemon. Bitcoin goes down a little bit, so was Pokemon. But ever since like, what was it? I think, October is when Bitcoin dropped like 20 or 30% in like a day. It was scary. Then we saw Pokemon go down. It takes a lot longer in Pokemon because Pokemon isn't a market index, right? It's not like, okay, today the S&P drops 10%, then Pokemon reacts. It can't work like that, right? Because I have Pokemon, you have Pokemon. It's not connected on the S&P 500. There's in some index that if I sell my card, it automatically gets updated. It doesn't work like that. It's like a crackling effect. It takes time, right? It takes months. Like we saw from October to December, it takes months, but you start to feel it. You start to feel the energy change. And then what really impressed me with Pokemon, why I'm so bullish on Pokemon, is how it separated itself come January. And that I would say because Ascended Heroes was so good. Ascended Heroes mixed in with not enough supply. Okay. There is not enough of any set right now, even Perfect Order. Believe it or not, there's not enough to go around. So there is a crazy demand problem with Pokemon. And that mixed in with Ascended Heroes being so good, mixed in with the 30th anniversary catalyst, I think personally, and I could be wrong, but I think that is really why we have separated so much. It comes down to simple supply and demand, but also fantastic product. Pokemon is killing it. Yes, Perfect Order is a speed bump. Boom, boom. It's not that great. Who gives a shit? You got Ascended Heroes protecting us, like in this bubble. You know, if you could imagine a bubble around the Earth and freaking some Star Wars shit, they're shooting at the Earth and it doesn't matter because Ascended Heroes is so freaking good. It's the biggest set ever created. Do you understand that? You couldn't get enough for everybody in the world if you wanted to. Obviously, they couldn't. We haven't even, it doesn't matter if you get Perfect Order, you get freaking Ninja Spinner in Japanese, and then you get Chaos Rising. It doesn't matter because then you get the Rayquaza set. And then, by the way, we haven't even heard about the 30th anniversary news. Eventually that will come. Now, at that point, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully the 30th is worth it. Hopefully the 30th is good. And hopefully Gen 10 is good. I don't know what's going to happen after that point. Okay. But I think leading into that point, that bubble will be protected for a while. I do think so. Now, again, maybe it'll pop at that point. Who knows, man? But, or maybe, I'm a very bullish person. Okay. Maybe to a fault. But maybe the economy keeps getting worse in the US. And maybe when Jerome Powell gets out of chair, which I think is happening is it May? I think when he gets out. Do you know who selects the new Fed? Who knows? Who's educated in here? Who selects the Fed? The top guy. Who's going to replace Jerome? Who is the person that hand selects that person? Who knows? Does anybody in chat know? Your mom. That's a bad guess. It is the president himself. Now, what does the president want? He wants to drop interest rates. The current Fed chair does not want to drop interest rates. For whatever reason, I'm not here to talk about the details of this or that. I'm just telling you how it works. Do you not think that they'll drop interest rates at some point? When you're the one who wants them and you're the one who picks the person? What I'm saying is, potentially, I don't know the future, so this is just a possible outcome, but potentially we could start to see serious interest rate cuts. Now, who knows? Maybe because the economy's bad, they don't want to do it. Inflation is raising, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, right? All these situations are possible. I'm just saying there are other possibilities that could potentially carry this bull run even further, even larger, that extend beyond the Pokemon realm. Or none of that could happen. But I'm just saying, you got to be open to the possibility. That's all I'm trying to get at. Pokemon versus stock market, they're two totally different things, bro. Like completely different things. I like exposure to both personally. I mean, we're talking about a card game, bro, and then you're comparing, you're comparing businesses and earnings, and they're just completely different things, man. You can't even compare the two. Not even in the same ballpark of knowledge. Yo, what's up, Jay? How you doing, buddy? I mean, I love me some Pokemon. Been doing much better than every other industry that I'm seeing. But we'll see what happens, right? Pokemon has whooped stocks as this decade. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, right? You're not wrong at the moment. Yeah. Doing great. Like, I love it. I love exposure to both, hey, man, I like exposure to multiple things. Personally, like I said, we're in a crazy bull run. Make your money, lock it in, lock in the gains or whatever, whenever you feel comfortable. And, if you need to dollar cost average out, or don't do anything. That's your choice. That's your life. If you want to hold that shit and risk it all and, hope we go into a super cycle for the next 5 years, great. If you love it, if you like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever's best for you in your situation. All I'd say is please don't rebound those gains. Do not go through the biggest bull cycle in history without taking some sort of profits. That's all I would say. And you can learn the easy way or the hard way. I have learned the hard way. Like I said, I made that mistake when I was younger and rode it all the way through a 2 or 3 year bear run. And it is a terrible feeling to take no profits of any kind and to rebound and wait to the next bull run. Because if you understand how this really works, this is not drawn perfectly. I am not an artist, but I will try to articulate myself to help some young man out there or young lady. Now, if you're old and blah, 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 you're stuck in your ways, keep doing you, man. You know everything. That's awesome. But to the people who don't think they know everything in life, listen. Oh, God. Let's not do brush. Oh, shit. How did you do a damn pen? Hold on. I like doing this. Let's do a little thicker though. We like it juicy, you know what I'm saying? All right. So just making up fake bull run numbers here. You go up through this bull run. The smart people take profits at some point. Again, you can decide where that is. Don't try to predict the future. You don't know the top. I don't know the top. Nobody does. Take profits along the way if you have to. Whatever you want to do. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Just don't be that dumbass that rides it down here. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Because the smart money, this is what they're going to do. They're going to take funds here. They're going to take funds here. They're going to take funds here or wherever. Again, you can take all your money here if you think you know the future, right? And then you're going to end up, I'm just making up fake numbers. Let's say you end up with $100,000. Okay. So now you have $100,000 cash. Eventually the bear run comes. Yes, maybe this would have turned into 200 if you would have held it, blah, 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 right? Eventually the bear run will come. And the dumbasses that had 100,000, now their net worth, now their purchasing power is suddenly 25K. And you're feeling like a jackass, you're feeling like an idiot, but most importantly, you can't capitalize on all this because your purchasing power is only 25K or maybe 50K. Maybe you lose 50% of your money, whatever the fuck it is, right? You get what I'm saying. Now you've only gone to $25,000 of purchasing power. The smart people instead came out with 100K, and now they have $100,000 in purchasing power in the bear run. And this is where the true wealth is made. You understand? So now when these people I've done this a million times. How do I know? Not a million. I've done this like 4 times. Now you take your 100K and leading into this next bull run, which is way bigger than this one, right? Generally, not always, but generally bull runs are bigger the next time. Now your 100K is worth 500K. You understand? That shit 5X's or turns into $1 million or whatever. This is what the smart people are doing. All I'm saying is you can't predict the future. You don't know when the top is. If you think you can predict the future, I don't know what the hell you're doing in my chat. Don't be a dumbass. Take some money at some point, wherever you feel comfortable. Just don't ride the way down. That's all I'm saying. It is a bad feeling. I've been there. I have been that dumbass that rode all my money to the bottom and waited to the next bull run. And I lost out on probably $500,000 to $1 million, man. You know, riding it back down. It's a bad feeling. Be smart. You know, be smart. Absolutely. Well, I took profits when I did. I win no matter what happened to any of my products. Now I still win. I sold them below market, but I moved some money to stronger products. DJ giving investing 101. Let's go. Yeah, don't be greedy, gang. But again, that being said, I personally think we have a lot of room to grow. I really do. On most products, I think, I could be wrong, but I really genuinely think once we get the 30th, that's when I personally will be looking to offload a good position for sure, right? Because could we go bigger than the 30th? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, but in my mind, the 30th leading up to the 30th, like buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal. That's when I'm like, okay, fuck it. All prismatic, all this, all 151, everything. Fuck it. I'm just going to boom, 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 boom. And you know what? I might miss out on 20% gains. I might miss out on 40% gains, but I'm going to lock in a heavy amount of profits. I can tell you that right now. And that's okay. If it goes up more, that's cool. I made my money and we'll just, you know, we'll figure it out from there. We'll figure it out from there. Facts, DJ. I have my money to play in this market and buy in the, but you don't want to not have cash, man. I'm telling you, that's the worst feeling in the world. The worst feeling in the world. Piggies get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Yep, that is the very famous term right there. Sell the news. You'll be surprised. All right, guys, please check me out on Instagram if you're not already. I will give you a link. Also, there's a link for the Discord. It's currently free. Probably will not always be free. And eventually I'll probably make it like $1 just to keep the bots away and all the scammers. It won't be expensive. Worst case would be like $5, but that would, I don't know, maybe 5. I don't know. We'll see on that, but I don't know 100% what we're going to do, but long term. But for now, it is definitely free. Feel free to join. Let you guys know when we're launching some stuff and new videos come out. And thank you, everyone. I hope one person this helped out. Maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm just talking to a wall. But hopefully a younger person will see what I just said and they'll consider it, or they'll just keep gambling. You know, it sucks, but in my experience, 99% of the young people are just trying to get rich tomorrow. Fuck that, man. I ain't taking no profits. I'm shooting for the moon. I need 100% gains. I need a 10X. All right, buddy. And good luck. But maybe there is one smart person out there and you'll be like, you know what? That's wise. You know, you kind of know what you're talking about a little bit, DJ. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great evening and a great rest of your day. And peace. Bye.